Charlie, Charlie, Kirky. I spot the perky. Charlie, Charlie, Kirky. I just Charlie, Charlie, Kirky.
Dorfidoodle is the winner, mate.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark sunshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear a voice in the morning now, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road, 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 take me home, country road.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Charlie, and I'm still eating my dinner. It's pizza. It's homemade pizza done on the grill. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can give you like a look at the inside of that. Hold on. Look at the inside of that crust. It helps me have the. Not gonna see it. It's good. It's excellent. It's nice. Got a nice little smoky texture. I'm tearing it up. It's got a really good crunch too. I don't know if you heard that. But yeah, I did pizza on the grill. I was gonna do cheese and pepperoni, but one of my kids decided that only they could have the pepperoni, and so they kept the unopened and like pepperoni container that they weren't able to open on their own. So I just made 2 cheese pizzas because I wasn't dealing with that. I'm covered in sauce. But we're still in chat. But today, I'm cooked, chat. I'm beat. I don't want to say I'm burnt out, but I'm kind of tired. Apparently, I didn't sleep that great because I was complaining to Hobby. I was like, I'm so tired. And he was like, well, you were talking all night. And I was like, oh, no. What did I say? No. So, he said I was just babbling. He said your high brain was just babbling. It's true. I was pretty fucking high last night. But yeah, I didn't sleep the best. I know I woke up at like 4 a.m. because I remember waking Hobby up and being like, did you miss your alarm? And he's like, no, it's 4 a.m. And I was like, oh, okay. And then eventually I went back to sleep and got up at 6. I don't think I haven't done much. I did get through a lot of laundry, like all of it, until Friday, and then it's all over again. But yeah, I try to keep it. Oh, I wrote almost a whole chapter today. I'm like, maybe I'm not even that far into it. And I'm like, I'm 3 pages into it, but narrative wise, I'm probably like, if it was a TV shot in a show, I would say maybe like 30 seconds. I think I'm maybe like a 5 minutes into like the very beginning of a TV show, maybe 2. So if it was like in a script, but you have to write those words out, that takes time. And also the ability to describe things properly, which I struggle with. I'm not the greatest wordsmith. I am no Shakespeare. Oh, the entire stream yesterday, I can't upload it to YouTube. Copyright. So it'll live in your memory forever. Go grab clips from it. Where's my fan channels at? Do I have those yet? Am I popular enough? Probably not. All right, I'm gonna let Philly D take over the news while I finish this crust and light up a joint or the rest of my joint, whatever I have over here.
Donald Trump's big power grab, it might actually backfire spectacularly tonight, but it's
Too
really
loud,
close right now.
Philly.
Tucker Carlson is so sorry, and we're all about to read the
Oh my god, it all moves so fast. God. All right, I get comfortable. I'm like tired. I was writing and I was like, I took a moment to like visualize, I guess is the best way to say it. Like, uh, it's where you just kind of, well, for me, I just kind of stare. Like, for me, I kind of just do this. And then sometimes thoughts will come and other times they won't. But today they came a little bit. They're trickling in more than the previous days. I'm to a part where I'm having like two of the characters have like their second to last fight. And Maddie, oh my god, 10 days already. Hi. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you. How's your nail polish holding up? What was I saying? Oh well, probably wasn't important. The face on Philly is so good.
Bible together. That is just a teeny taste of what we're about to dive into. But let's start with Trump's scheme to hold on to his majority in Congress, even though he is polling so horribly. And all of this, of course, stems from last summer. Trump urged Republicans to redraw the congressional maps for him half a decade ahead of schedule.
We have an opportunity in Texas to pick up 5 seats. We have a really good governor.
Oh my god, this is totally backfired on him so hard. I love it. I am like living for it. You know what else? Oh god, I don't even want to side tangent yet. I was popping off on the Discord about this. It's pretty scratched up, but oh well. Yeah. You did good. I like it. I'm a fan. And it's just a quick recoat. And the recoats are so easy because you just do like 1, 2. Did you put like a clear coat on the top? Never. No, I'm gonna wait. Maybe Billy D will get to it. I'll talk about it then.
Good people in Texas, and I won Texas. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, as you probably know. And we are entitled to 5 more seats.
So Texas kicked it off with Governor Abbott wanting to be good for his daddy Donald. They're giving themselves 5 more likely red seats. But then you had California responding with its own map that was intended to add 5 more blue seats. And from there, it's just been a gerrymandering arms race with North Carolina, Missouri, and Ohio helping Republicans, while
Excellent
Utah's
job.
courts gave the Dems an unexpected seat. And well, now today, Virginia is holding a referendum on whether to redraw its map as well. And if it happens, the Democrats could absolutely clean house. Because right now, Dems have 6 of the state's 11 House seats. But with the new map, they'd likely secure 10. And so with just those 4 extra seats, they'd wipe out the 2 or 3 seat advantage that Republicans currently have in the past year's gerrymandering race. But also, if Florida redraws its map soon, as Ron DeSantis has promised, then the balance would likely tilt back towards the Republicans. And that's even before considering that the Supreme Court might strike down the part of the Voting Rights Act that effectively bans racial gerrymandering, because then Republicans could really go wild. But regardless, in the here and now, this referendum in Virginia.
Do you think that'll change? Oh god, we have, where are we? We're in April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We're 6 months. Hi, Cherry. Sent a thing. Checking the thing. Linkies. Oh my god. I'm gonna pull that up. Pulling it up. Hacker noises. I'm in. Actually, not yet. I didn't even hit the Discord button yet. Like, I'm gonna have Country Roads stuck in my head all damn day now. Is this their first ever, like, official broadcast now?
Trouble in Paradise? Those are the reports coming out of Washington today as fractures seem to be emerging in the GOP between the Republicans' pro-pedophilia wing and the party's extremely pro-pedophilia wing. Infighting between the two pedophile coalitions reaching new levels of intensity in recent weeks, leaving GOP leadership to question how best to handle the future of their party's sexual attraction to minors. ONN's Jason Copeland joins us now from Washington with the latest. Jason, you've been in close contact with Republican insiders. What are you hearing?
Yeah, Dwight, well, this is really a battle for the soul of the Republican Party, plain and simple. You know, the GOP has historically welcomed a wide net from pederasts to ephebophiles, and there's always...
Abebophiles. Get it right. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I only know that word because I had to... Okay. My thing's lagging today. I don't know if it's my camera or what, but it is. I'm laggy McGee over here. At least on my end. Anyway. Fuck. What was I saying? Please help me. I give up. Today's gonna be a rough one, guys. I'm sorry. Someone who likes Justin Bieber. Anina Bieberfile. Oh, I remember now. Thank you. That was very helpful. Okay, so back when I used to stream on Kick because it was like the new thing and everybody was doing it, and I was like, well, I might as well try it. I did like 3 or 4 streams there, right? So, when I was streaming on Kick, somebody came into my chat and they were like, "Do you know Destiny?" And I was like, "The game?" And they were like, no, well, I said the game, and then I started popping off about how, like, I know I have friends that play it, and they say it's really good, but that, you know, the latest, like, updates are really bad or whatever the conversation was. And they were like, no, the streamer. And I was like, no. It's just a memory I have. That's my first ever interaction with somebody who watches, like, Destiny, like, the streamer. And then after that, I was forced to learn through Hassan. But, yeah, I know the word abebophile because of Destiny. Hebophilia.
Been, you know, sort of moderate support for sexual attraction to children.
Those guys look miserable.
Are now asking for a more full-throated endorsement, and like you said, this is really about the party of pedophilia's future, and right now it's looking a little bit split.
And the split playing out very publicly on social media just yesterday, with Senator Tom Tillis replying pretty tepidly to the most recent Epstein Files revelations.
Yeah, that's right. He's publicly calling everything in the Epstein Files cool, which, frankly, you know, to pro-pedophilia voters, this comes off as a pretty lukewarm endorsement of child sex trafficking.
Which just isn't going to cut it in the post-Trump era of Republican pedophiles. A new Gallup poll showed only 44% of Republican voters being in favor of pedophilia, with another 43% being very in favor of it.
Yeah, and that's really what we're talking about here, Dwight. You know, for the last 10 years, the entire party has been jockeying for who's going to succeed Donald Trump as the face of American pedophilia. And right now, Republicans are looking closely at some local elections for insight. And this centrist versus extreme dynamic is playing out in Republican primaries across the country. This is Utah State Senator incumbent Matt Riggs staking out the more moderate position on child sex abuse.
I think my record speaks for itself. No one, and I do mean no one, was more upset than me the day Millie Bobby Brown turned 18. I am a staunch and committed pedophile.
Pretty boilerplate talking points.
Exactly. You know, it's a lot of the same old promises that many just aren't believing are going to resonate in exactly the same way anymore.
I'm so glad this exists.
Especially when you compare it alongside the more energized campaigns of some of the more charismatic sex criminals running, like Riggs' opponent Brock Granite, political outsider who fired back in a podcast appearance earlier this week.
Seducing underage boys and girls is a bedrock founding principle of the Republican Party. And it sickens me to see my opponent swoop in and try and steal valor from the real pedophiles on the ground. I looked it up. In the Epstein Files, this guy's name appears less than 300 times. It's performative pedophilia.
Now, Senator Riggs has already responded on X saying, quote, "I enjoy molesting as much as the next red-blooded American pedophile. I just don't make it my whole campaign. We need to be responsive to kitchen table issues, or the only ones left at the table will be adults." Jason, these are strong words being said against fellow pedophile party members. Is there any sense they can find common ground here and come together?
I like his mustache.
You know, not without strong pedophilic leadership at the top, Dwight. You know, some think J.D. Vance could be that, but others say he just looks like a pedophile more than acts like one. P. Diddy certainly could have been an interesting outside candidate. But the bottom line here, Dwight, is this is an identity crisis for
Maxwell
a
said
party that will eventually need to
10%.
decide. Are they going to push forward and continue to build upon the pedophilia of Trump? Or will they take the path of the Matt Gaetz moderates, go back to their roots, and once again commit to being the grand old pedophiles of Reagan?
Will be interesting to see how it plays out. Thank you, Jason. In response to the infighting, Democratic leadership
Lane would be
looking
a
to
great pick,
capitalize
yeah.
politically. Members of the House and Senate today held a joint press conference dressed as little children, stating, quote, "You can all be pedophiles if we can please have health care." Coming up next, Making America Healthy Again. More on RFK Jr.'s latest initiative
Gaetz
to
going
fill
to
the
make
Washington
his
Monument
comeback. I
reflecting
can't
pool
wait.
with beef tallow. You've
Oh,
seen the
beef
news.
tallow. No. Matt Gaetz sucks. He's just not even like a good politician, and he kind of looks like if like a Ken doll was going to be made into a politician, right? And I'm not calling him cute. I'm calling him plastic. Like, I don't know. He just has like he reminds me of like a ugly version of like, what's his name? Robbie Rotten, the guy from Lazy Town. I was fucking flabbergasted earlier today with what part? Because today I've heard there's going to be nuclear attacks, which I didn't mean to pick Fallout for that reason. I didn't even find out until I'd already selected Fallout for the opening song today. That, poor Robbie Rotten. No, I'm saying like he less attractive Robbie Rotten. Like Robbie Rotten could get it, okay? I know he can't get it anymore. I was also not expecting We Are Number One to be a ska banger. But, buffering. Oh, yeah. So nuclear codes. I've seen Candace Owens take down Laura Loomer. I saw that Laura Loomer, like sexually harassed Maya Yiannopoulos, who, from what I vaguely remember, is kind of a dickhead. I remember him on Tumblr, but that was also like 2011, so I don't remember anything after that. But also that doesn't excuse him getting sexually assaulted. I want to make that very clear. No one deserves to be sexually assaulted, even if they're a dog shit person. Okay. What else is happening? MAGA's just falling apart. Tucker Carlson's apologizing. Oh, and then the White House today, I'm sorry, the Secretary of Defense posted a video that was saying that the mandatory flu shots or the requirement to enlist flu shots are being removed. And I can't stop laughing because he did it in front of a picture of George Washington. And if you know anything about American history, which a lot of people don't, during the Revolutionary War, I think even in New Jersey, it might have either been Jersey or Pennsylvania. I don't know, somewhere around the New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey area. Washington's army got sick with like smallpox or whatever. And then they figured out like we could inoculate other people. And so they gave other people smallpox, and then everybody started to get like better. And, I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version, okay? All right? I'm not going to give you a history test today. It will be coming. I will be testing you guys, okay? We will have a quiz. But so it's so like poetically ironic that the first ever general of the United States of America and the first ever president of this country who demanded that his soldiers be inoculated in order to like win a war, like, and then we got this, and I'm like, what the fuck? This has to be my own personal hell, right? Like, they customized it for me, and they were like, listen, we know you love history. We know you love it so much that you've been paying attention to everything that's been happening for like thousands of years. And we appreciate that. But so you know what your punishment is going to be? No one around you has learned the lessons from history. You're just going to watch it repeat infinitely. I put in an order for a half pound of tomatoes for my human dog. Wait, tomatillos for my human dog chow recipe. and I get the message that the order is ready for pickup, and I check the substitutions, and they had the gall to substitute tomatillo sprouts with Brussels sprouts. Am I saying is it tomatillos? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That is fucking bullshit. I would be flabbergasted. I would be gagged, aghast, befuddled with that buffoonery. Oh man, I could never. See, this is why I have to do my own food shopping. I would never trust another person with it. Well, except for my husband. But the fuck was I saying? Yeah, I think I'm in a hell. Does this person eat food? Probably not. It's like, why else would we be like on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence? You're going to sit there and undo the thing that the first general and first president of this nation instituted? Modern day Cassandra. I'm pretty sure we've established that Trump is a Russian asset. Yes. Where have you been? Oh wait, are you a UK chatter? Because if you're a UK chatter and you're just hearing this now, oh buddy. Although if he was a Russian asset, they would tell him to stop and he would listen. I think he's Israel's puppet now. I'm just making a Putin here. A point here. No, yeah, no. I was gonna say there was the whole like Russia gate. And then like he's done a few things that were like pro Kremlin, but like now it's basically like he's like full like he's Kirkin Netanyahu on the regular, all right? He's like full throating it. But just I can't get over the irony and like the repetition of history and like what did I do wrong in my life that this is my torture? You know, like where did I fuck up that bad? So our policy is to weaken our global standing. Yes. Yeah, I 100%. Well, all right. I should write down my conspiracy. All right, everybody. Here we go. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today or not, but it looks like we're going to. We have to do conspiracy theory time. My storage is full. All right, well then I'll accounts. There's no other accounts on this device. Fuck. I'm unfortunately in your personal hell, so I don't know what that means. It means we're all in hell together. No! All right, well, I don't want to Canva, but I guess I will. Canva. You're kind of annoying. I just do a document? Yeah. All right. Let's put some, shall we? We'll get back to you, Philly D. The home button. Was it Cassandra or was it Cassandra's the one that saw the fall of Troy, right? Not not the Oracle of Delphi. Cassandra was like a prophet of Apollo, right? Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Can't control it. All right. All right, so conspiracy theory time. Edit. If you understand what's happening, I'm not surprised. It is obvious. It is the response to being captured by a Russian asset. That's what my way of coping. I don't know why you just won't admit it's Israel's fault. Conspiracy. If you don't think okay, so Russia is part of BRICS. Iran is part of BRICS. There's no reason for Russia to want to go after Iran whatsoever. But you know who wants to go after Iran? Israel. Okay. So, my first conspiracy theory. Do I not have Noom locks on? First conspiracy theory. Let's take this font down a bit. All right. He exit forces employees to compete in Iron Chef slash the other one, Chopped. Challenge it. Military. Gun budget. Okay, what's my next theory? I have so many of them. Trump thinks he's finding the Ark of the Covenant. Cop sounds like a good response to being convicted of pedophilia. I agree. I don't want this to be a heading. Actually, can we get bullet points? Awesome. I wish Blue was here. He remembers most of my conspiracy theories. Wizards of the Hasbro release COVID to kill paper magic. The arena. And whatever. Increase and slash slash decrease in quality. No. It's hard to like separate like what is a conspiracy theory at this point and what is reality. Oh, I'm gonna go with Candace Owens on this one. Israel had a hand in Kirk's, that's not how you spell Kirk. Kirk's death. Kirk's kirking. Ah, that's the end of the tavern music. The violins. I'm in love. I feel like there's been so many things that happen. But I'm like, what even is real? Eat. I'll get ready for the frames to drop. It's not gonna like this. Hobby.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Hobby husband is too slow.
Man, your poppies really look like they live in a carrot/parsley family. Yeah, the leaves are really cool. I like them. Oh, this is always reassuring. U.S. Nuclear Chief Andrew Hughes has been escorted out of the Pentagon. Always excellent. Needs a hug. I bet they say it's I bet he says his name like Hugh. Hugh. It was just, Trump has just been a mess. Like an absolute mess. And then the Lori Chavez de Raymer, she's no longer the labor secretary. She's either been fired or stepping down. I can't even keep track anymore. This is what I wanted to watch.
Already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms. You can do a parody of somebody, but none of you took something from them.
Right.
We've already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms. Already got civil rights lawsuits. So you think, look, just because you're wearing my shirt, don't mean you're me.
Is that, like, is he acting?
Uh-oh. Folks, The Onion has stolen the shirt off of Alex Jones's back at this point, and it's a sad thing to see. Are you an employee of The Onion now, Alex?
No, we laugh about this, but a year and a half ago, they announced that they now owned us.
Yep.
And it was all a fraud. This time, they've had a court hearing, and they're announcing they own us, which shows with this judge that's been super corrupt, the state judge, it's already a done deal. But don't worry, we got a bunch of legal avenues. It'd be one thing if they just shut us down, but they are telling the New York Times, and I've seen more videos, that they're going to misrepresent. Have you played the trailer?
Yeah.
They're going to misrepresent that they're us to confuse people and, quote, rip people off like Alex Jones did. They're going to make money. But the whole thing's about defaming me. You can't take something over and then act like you're somebody, even if you say it's a parody.
Oh, no, I scrolled down.
Do a parody of somebody.
We have a bunch of legal evidence. Yeah, the legal kind, not the illegal kind of evidence.
But none of you took something from them.
Right.
We've already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms. Already got civil rights lawsuits. So you think, look, just because you're wearing my shirt, don't mean you're me. So let's be 100% clear about that.
Yeah, come over here, guys. Wear my shirt.
Just like you did a year and a half ago, or it was November 2024.
You're not going to be
Was that about a
me.
year and a half?
You look cute in it,
Yeah, this is
though.
a story from December 10th. Sale of Alex Jones InfoWars to The Onion rejected. And I'll get into this. And
Chatter tryouts. Fit in a Charlie shirt. Cutest one wins. Oh, fuck. I scrolled again.
Yeah. So just, but yeah, they need to be us to confuse people. By the way, it's a total failure. It goes, oh, we're the 5th biggest newspapers. That's a lie. Newspapers are all dead. Okay.
I looked it up. The Onion gets less than half of the traffic that InfoWars gets.
And remember, they said they were going to be Charlie Kirk. Remember when he died? They said we're going to misrepresent fake quotes of him.
I have
This is what the left
evidence.
do. They try to silence
He
you.
sounds like a sovereign
then they
citizen. I
misrepresent
think
who
he
you
leads
are.
that
They're body
movement.
snatchers. They're skinwalkers. They literally take your skin. This is going to backfire big time, folks. Anyways, but hey, you may have may try to take our skin. You may try to take our clothes, but we're still the real InfoWar. And everybody's going to understand that the InfoWars is a generic term. A website doesn't matter. Everybody's an InfoWarrior. Don't let them convince you of this. It's going to blow up big time in their face.
Did you see the Ben Collins video where he says we're in an information war?
No.
Yeah, it's an old video where he was doing it at the National Press Club, and he says, we're in an information war right now, and the truth is hard to find. So they've lost the information war, and so they've resorted to lawfare.
And then taking on our skin.
Yeah.
Just because you got a man's coat, don't mean you're them.
No, it's ridiculous. And again, yeah, they just do it.
forget.
They get away with
Christ, there's a boomer
Well,
around
law
here.
firm ran all this.
Got
Trump
it,
settled with them,
better.
they settled, and now Trump's on their side.
Yep.
So, hey, feel good, guys. You're on Trump's side. You said it was so bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly it. They are literally on the bad guy's side. So yeah, it's gonna fail.
Wait, we don't own the AlexJonesStore.com. That's how they back us. That's how they keep us on air. You can't get that.
Yeah, so as you guys know, again, the AlexJonesStore.com, that is the only way that we get funding. If you go there, we stay on air. If you don't, we go away. That's
Why
how
is
it
he
works.
waddling around? Because his dick's so big. He's got to waddle. I bet, you know what? I bet he's one of those white guys who has zero rhythm. And like, to the point where he has to waddle. Like, he doesn't even have enough rhythm to walk.
Make us go away. The only way we go away is if you don't support us.
And people get confused. It'll be the Alex Jones Network. New news sites. You'll hear about it all soon. All ready to launch. Same people.
They don't talk about us
We're
that
expanding
way.
all of it.
No, not
Yep,
all white
absolutely.
guys
And we've
dance
been
like
waiting for
that.
this, y'all. We have been
I'm talking
under the
very
wet blanket
specific
of
white
bankruptcy
guys.
for a long time. It is severely restricted what we've been able to do. We're about to
Just got here and you tell me to shut it? You called me a boomer. Could have hit the here button. You didn't need to hit boomer.
explode. We're about to launch, folks. We are on the launch pad. The countdown has begun. May 1st.
Iodine.
I believe I heard Alex say that on air today. We'll be switching over. So do make sure you're following us on X, because if you want to know where we go, if they take down the website or whatever, and you're wondering where we are, and you gotta do this.
Well,
'cause I
they
know
are
people get in the
responsible for
habit.
all
I
our
told the story
problems.
the
Yes,
other day
white men
about a
are. Yes, straight
neighbor,
white men.
And when we got kicked off YouTube in like 2019, he was like, "Yeah, I miss
Oh,
seeing
you
it."
almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Thank you,
Oblivion
better.
0 and is too slow.
Too tired. I'm too tired to fight with you tonight. You know, they're even responsible for like the AI problem. Like, all of our health textbooks are based off of like 5'6" white blonde British men. Like, that's everything. And it's like, bro, it sucks. Like, even BMI.
Alex. And I'm like, well, we still have Band.video. And his response was
Like,
just
do
like,
I look
yeah,
like a
watch
cute
YouTube.
little British
And it's just
boy?
like, that's how some people are. If you're not on their favorite platform, you just disappear and you don't exist anymore. Just don't fall into that trap.
What's this? Oh, I've got Power Plant. Oh, what's this? I've got Methyl Drive. The 2 ingredients in the Power Drive bundle, which is available at thealexjonesstore.com. Take them. Pure power, pure energy, raised testosterone, improved mitochondrial function.
Mitochondrial?
In enzymatic processes throughout the body.
It's the powerhouse of the cell.
Perfectly with methylene blue. These are the 2 products made to work in conjunction together with methylene blue. I made them. I developed them. High quality mineral blends, methylation blends, adaptogenic herbs, functional mushrooms, and the CoQ10, the PQQ. What you want for metabolic health and mitochondrial function. I want you to win today. I want you to succeed. Take out the enemy. Choose freedom.
The mitochondrial DNA sends me. Well, you're cute and little, so close enough. That's both a compliment and an insult. Don't call me little. There ain't nothing little about me, bitter, and you know that. Is this still my bookmarks? No.
You can do a parody of somebody, but not.
This dumb motherfucker. Where are the bugs, Charlie? What bugs? You guys want to see Candace Owens and Laura Loomer get into a fight? Candace Owens shares a disturbing account from Mayo Yiannopoulos exposing Laura Loomer. He confirms the White House advisor routinely preyed on young male volunteers, forcing herself on them in the middle of the night. Trump administration is harboring a predator. Nothing little except maybe your height. Fuck you.
Similarly described, and again,
Hold on, wait, let me go in.
He published this. Milo Yiannopoulos similarly described, and again, he published this, her repeated assault on a young Brazilian man who worked on her campaign And he's not alleging here, okay? He claims that it is a fact that he can prove through many messages. Take a listen.
Laura Loomer, who's the most insane person.
Got him.
There was
You're good friends with Laura too.
Well, no, I was not good friends with Laura. I was loose allies with Laura until I met her, and then when I met her properly and spent time with her, I realized she was absolutely mental. I distanced myself very quickly. I distanced myself because she used to force herself on young male volunteers, 20, 21-year-olds. And she would go in the middle of the night, and I mean, some men will find this to be quite titulating. Although,
this sounds kind of good.
When you imagine sort of the face of the of the saw doll, just sort of like you pull up the covers and there's the saw doll. I would like to play a game. It's less enticing, but she would climb into bed with these volunteers and.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. But he said it's kind of like a Saw doll under the covers. Like Saw is in the movie, like the Saw franchise. And Candace Owens had posted a picture of that doll like a day ago, 2 days ago. Oh my God. I love this. I don't love the sexual assault. That's bad. That is bad. What I love is this. I love Candace Owens. She's so pretty. She's actually probably the prettiest conservative I've ever seen. This is the longest I've been here without a timeout in ages. Oh. Here's for fun. There you go.
Tonight. Sorry to use that language, but I did tell you to put your children to bed.
No way. She wouldn't go and sexually assault random guys who just
No,
blow them.
I'm telling you because I lived in the pool house with her victim in 2020, who didn't know how to make it stop. He was a young Brazilian volunteer on her 2020 congressional campaign. I know because I helped to run that campaign. Okay, so don't tell me you don't believe it. I was there. She was creeping into bed with him, and she convinced herself that they were in love. And he was coming to me every day saying, "How do I make this stop?"
You say
that's so sad.
It's that hard. I mean,
Laura couldn't even get elected in Florida. She's so crazy. That says something when it's Florida. Not my bookmarks, nor my comments. God hates you, real Candace Owens. It is why why he gave Charlie and to Erica, and why you didn't even get to say goodbye to him. God hates you. Look in the mirror and internalize how much God hates you. We all hate you. Humanity hates you. You are irredeemable. Base. No, I'm kidding. It's not base. It's the crash out is really funny. And Milo Yiannopoulos is the one that reblogged that. He said, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. At least you got the right person this time. Yeah, I know. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And in the last few hours, I saw headlines everywhere, trending top of X, that, well, The Onion is to take over InfoWars again and make it a satirical website. They've won it. They own it. A year and a half ago, they announced they owned it. Remember, it was a fraud. There had been no bankruptcy.
Isn't Milo a pedo defender himself? Yes.
This time, there's not even been a court hearing.
I do not support him. I do not condone him. I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him since 2011. I don't know what his game has been since then, but I didn't fuck with him then. But no one deserves to be sexually assaulted. And no one deserves to, not get the help. I mean, I guess Milo is kind of using someone else's sexual assault story. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like Laura Loomer. That's how I feel about this.
But backed by Bloomberg and the Democrats, Ben Collins, the former MSNBC censorship czar, has just announced that they're moving in May 1st. And it's all through a Texas state judge that ran the show trial a few years ago against me. With HBO, fully produced show trial, that she's just saying it's yours even though it's still on appeal, and legally you can't do that.
Wait, you mean...
I noticed the receiver that she appointed...
Wait, does he mean this? Right over here. This is the funniest fucking moment in my life. This is like my favorite in a sect. The corner of law and politics is my favorite. I want to put my my soapbox there. The corner of law and politics.
For several years now.
Yeah.
What does it mean if the messages are in blue? Whose messages are those? Whose phone is this taking?
This is the lawyer for the Sandy Hook families.
I don't know whose phone's taking it. I mean, I turned the phone over and said, take the stuff off.
Can I have you look in the very bottom below the
Oh,
very bottom left corner? Is that your phone number?
Yes. So you did get my text messages. And it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Oh.
Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Terry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then...
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No, I didn't know this happened. But I mean, I told you I gave them the
Your
phone.
Honor!
Just
And
answer the question.
you said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
And I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course, I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not what happened.
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, that?
Please just answer questions. There's no question. Mr. Bankston also only asks questions.
Sure. Mr. Jones, in discovery, you were asked, do you have Sandy Hook text messages on your phone? And you said no, correct? You said that under oath, Mr. Jones, didn't you?
I mean, if I was mistaken, I was mistaken, but you got the messages right there.
You know what perjury is, right?
This is so
I
good.
just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you, I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before, whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
No, Mr. Jones, one more time. And please remember, if you need to assert the Fifth Amendment, you can. I need to know that you can do that. But you testified under oath previously that you personally searched your phone for the phrase Sandy Hook, and there were no messages. You said that under oath.
Yes.
And you lied when you said it.
No, I did not lie.
So I don't know if you guys followed that, but basically, Alex Jones's lawyer accidentally sent the the Sandy Hook the Sandy Hook lawyer. Alex Jones's lawyer sent the Sandy Hook family lawyers every single unredacted text message that Alex Jones had for the last, like, what did they say, 2 years? Because that was part of discovery. Yeah, accidentally. And then they were told about it and then didn't say anything. And it turned out that Alex Jones had lied. His lawyer, and his lawyer's just like, what are you going to do? You still got to pay me. I've never seen that in my life. Oh my God. First time I watched that, I think I creamed myself. It was, I could not. God, what were we watching? Oh yeah, where'd Twitter go?
It won't pay the electric bill.
Guys, today was a rough day. I really appreciate y'all being here because I was in a rough spot before I got online, but now I'm doing like a decent bit better. So thank you.
bill, won't pay in the bills, even though he gets the money. There's plenty of money to pay the bills. So they're already like suffocating us. And you see the headline on X and everywhere else that, yep, it's theirs. So if there's any justice, they're going to get in big trouble for this. We're going to file a whole bunch of actions against it.
Wrong emoji.
It's just absolutely outrageous that in the year 2026, this type of crap goes on. But President Trump, through Todd Blanche, the Democrat Party lawyer, deputy head of the AG then, now the DOJ head, killed Ed Martin's investigation into their operations, their fake auctions, the DOJ funding the fake lawsuits against me. They have all the documents. They killed that 6 months ago. I didn't blame Trump for that. But I do now blame Trump for coming out and openly endorsing their lawsuits and saying I deserve it. It was the very same law firms that sued him, Paul Weiss, that are running all of this. That's what represents the onion turds. So Trump has now openly joined forces with the Democrat Party to shut down InfoWars. And it's just beyond disgusting.
This made
absolutely
that sentence right there just made every gremlin hair on my body stand up. Oh my god. Ooh, I love because this is catty. These people are so dramatic, like so dramatic. You have to understand that behind the scenes, there's a lot of other conversations with other people happening. And I wish I could be in those fucking group chats. Oh my god, to be a fly on the wall. Oh, I hope I did so good in this lifetime that my next lifetime I am a fly. Oh my god. So good. I can't get over it. It's all the podcasters too. They're falling apart.
Absolutely blows me away. But I hope Grok can get it right. I hope everybody reading at the top of X with tens of thousands of posts can understand that when you go watch Ben Collins, the podcast today, he goes, I own the studios. We're in control now. Well, they have a hearing about it on the 30th, and we'll be challenging
Hi,
it.
Bitter. Welcome back. Are we going to be nicer
They're not
now?
even allowed to do that because it's still on appeal. They'll have massive damages against them if it gets overturned, which it will. Supreme Court's already signaled that in Texas. But they don't care, folks. This is the insanity of these people. But regardless, they tried to take my Real Alex Jones handle on X. Remember, Elon had to come in and block that because X wouldn't be safe if he didn't.
Me on Snapchat.
So you'll be able to follow us there at Real Alex Jones on X and at AJN Live and on Rumble, the Alex Jones Show. You'll find out about the new website, the new sites, all of us. As far as I'm concerned, the 30th probably is our last day. We'll continue to fight these people. But they also said they're going to misrepresent and say they're me. They put all these videos with a guy talking like me in the shadows, putting out disinformation. And they say, we're going to lie like Alex Jones does for money. So they're going to put out this information and say, I'm doing it to confuse the brand and try to ruin what we've done. It's not going to work. It's going to backfire. You little snot-nosed rats, you'll see, because good does exist, and in the end, evil fails. God bless you all. But for the next 9 days, until the 30th, you can still catch me in my daily show right here on X at Real Alex Jones and Infowars.com/show. But when they take it over, it's like a rainbow Infowars with an onion in the middle for the O, that's not me, folks. They don't just silence you with censorship, they then steal your identity. They take your skin, but they're not going to succeed.
Oh my god. And then sometime between this, he took his shirt off and he's here.
Parody of somebody, but none of you took something from them.
Right.
We've already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms.
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain, you snot-nosed kids. Yeah. No, absolutely. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you, snot-nosed kids.
Civil rights lawsuits. So you think, look, just because you're wearing my shirt,
Nate Skinwalker,
don't mean you're me. So let's be 100% clear about that. And so you guys just keep laughing, just like you did a year and a half ago, or it was November.
make sure I'm not in direct light when I have my shirt off. I feel the same way. I'm like, turn off the lights, please. No, thank you. You snot-nosed kids sent me.
2024.
Mm-hmm.
So is that about a year and a half?
Yeah, this is a story from
Have
December
you never
10th.
heard that
Sale
before?
of Alex Jones Infowars to the Onion rejected.
Or were you just
And
not
I'll get into
expecting
this
it?
in, just a
Yeah.
second.
So but yeah, they need to be us to confuse people. By the way, it's a total failure. He goes, oh, we're the fifth biggest newspapers. That's a lie. Newspapers are all dead. Okay? Okay.
I looked it up. The Onion gets less than half of the traffic that InfoWars gets.
And remember, they said they were going to beat Charlie Kirk. Remember when he died? They said we're going to misrepresent fake quotes of him. This is what the left do. They try to silence you, then they misrepresent who you are. They're body snatchers. They're skinwalkers. They literally take your skin. This is going to backfire big time.
I love that he did this. Was like, yeah, I like that line. That line's a banger. And then he took off his shirt. And then he did this. These are real people. Like, people I can physically, like, shake the hand of. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like, okay, guys, imagine, all right? I'm bitter. I come in. I say some dumb shit. I'm like, yeah, that's a banger. I get timed out. I go, you know what? I take my shirt off. I come back, and then I start saying that banger again. I wasn't expecting it, yet it made complete sense who was saying it. Why is his shirt off? For free, Alex Jones? For free? Yeah, it's glorious. Oh my god! If you come for me, you better be ready to throw down because I will fuck you up so hard. And then Kid has always responded with this. Ah! Oh my god. Oh, this sent. Oh my god, this had me cackling. Hold on. This is the movement now.
You seem like a little one. How's it going? Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm Reggie B, hip hop recording artist based in Brooklyn. And my question for you is:
Shouts.
In your time as mayor, are you planning on providing bisexual girlfriends to everyone in New York City? No.
That was the most Jim on The Office face turn I have ever seen on a person. Oh my god. And he just keeps that smile constantly. Could never. God. That's the centrist position. I guess I didn't save as much as I saw. See, I don't want to trust anything when I free scroll on Twitter. Oh my god, is this real? Oh my god, is this real? Is she saying come get me? Like come at me? Oh my god, she would annihilate him in hand-to-hand combat. You don't fuck with a girl from New York. You don't. I'm from Jersey. I don't fuck with a girl from New York. No. No, 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 no. I have bad bitches in New York that I stay clear of. Oh my god. She is probably I need it. Oh my god, I'd snort that like cocaine. God, someone mainline it to me right now. Oh, boo AI. Oh my god, I would give anything. Thank you, Mark Kelly. Thank you, Senator Mark Kelly. George Washington believed that vaccinating his troops against smallpox was the key to winning the Revolutionary War and our independence. A founding father from 250 had 50 years ago had better understanding of science and military readiness than Pete Hegseth. Yeah. I brought it up earlier. We learned this from puppet history. I am forced to live uh in like a hell where I have to live through American history all over again. And I kind of hate it. It's like, why the fuck did I learn this shit? So I can suffer? Eh. Yeah, I don't know what else is going on. I've been so out of the news loop. Oh, wait, maybe we should go back to Philip DeFranco so he can continue this conversation for us. Wow, that was a swerve.
It's being seen as incredibly consequential, which is why you have Trump urging his people to vote against it, warning that a Democratic victory in the midterms, it would be a disaster for him.
It's terrible. It is true, John. It's nobody's ever said anything like it. It's so unfair. They even say it's unfair. They say, oh, they'll do it once and maybe they'll go back to what it was. It's the whole thing is ridiculous. If the Democrats, look, if they get additional House seats, at some point, if they get these additional seats, they're going to be making changes at the federal level.
But also, I'll say it's increasingly unclear how much his word even matters, even to his supporters. Right? Because one by one, we've seen some of his most ardent cheerleaders defecting. We're talking people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson. Also, speaking of which, Tucker, who recently suggested that Trump might be the Antichrist, he's now essentially calling the president a little bitch.
Maybe it's inevitable that you get, once the patriarchy has been overthrown, as it has been,
yes,
do you get a president like this, who's emotional, all about himself, is perpetually the victim.
The fuck did women do?
His most recent episode with his own brother, Buckley Carlson, who recently quit his job as JD Vance's
What
deputy
was it? What's the thing? It's like, what do you mean fuck me for?
press secretary and has
Fuck
announced
I
that he's out
do.
against Trump.
This guy has failed in his responsibility. He is disdainful towards the American people. He's disdainful towards the people who put him in office.
The only people he's been loyal to are the neocons and his donors. You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind.
See, look,
Or like, oh,
lawyers,
this is bad.
write
I'm
that
out.
down for the next
It's like,
hang.
in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening.
Tucker Carlson just admitted on air that he wrote Trump's speeches. Yeah. You know who else wrote speeches for a dictator? Goebbels. Goebbels, wasn't he the PR guy? Dorothy would hear. If Dorothy was here, he'd correct me.
Happening right now. You know, we'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
Now, a big thing to remember with Tucker Carlson is that while, they're upset about a couple of issues that Democrats can get on board with, or things like Iran and the Epstein files, their primary complaints seem to be that Trump is not extreme enough. We're saying that he didn't crack down hard enough on the BLM protests, he didn't stick up for the incarcerated January 6 defendants during the Biden years, he didn't prosecute corrupt Democrats aggressively enough, he didn't investigate who really shot Charlie Kirk, and never jumped on board the anti-vax train.
You didn't take the vax, but Trump did, and encouraged everyone else to take it, and then never apologized, even when it became clear that the vax had killed hundreds of thousands of people around the world. It was poison.
Yes.
Look at the cancer rates, look at the fertility rates, like everything about it was a bioweapon aimed at us.
Yes.
And Trump didn't apologize for that.
He, to this day, will still talk about the success of Operation Warp Speed, which allowed these things to come to market, which allowed the
You know what he said to me?
pharmaceutical
I actually raised it with him because I'm so upset about it. But he did the same thing he did on the Iran war.
I
When talked
can't
about the
believe a
Iran war,
Fox
he said,
News,
well, like,
former Fox News host and podcaster has this much direct access to the president. Something like this doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. See, it's like our forefathers could not plan for everything, right? Like, they did not realize that something like this could happen, but even the stuff that they did plan for is still getting, like, ripped to shreds, and it's happening in front of my eyes, and I want to die in Minecraft because it's so frustrating. Again, I'm cursed.
This is hurting all these people. He's like, you don't believe in the polio vaccine? Like, that was a good vaccine, don't you think? It's like, I guess I believe in the polio. I don't know. I mean, but that's not what we're talking about. It's like
Doesn't believe in the polio vaccine? Oh my god. Oh my god.
oh no.
Oh god, I hate the fucking country.
Like, what does that have to do with it? You mentioned Iran. He's like, do you think they should have nuclear weapons? No, I don't think. Not for nuclear weapons in general. But it was a non sequitur designed to shut down the conversation.
You also had Talking Buck take an issue with Trump's offensive words and behavior towards Christians, whether threatening war crimes on Easter, attacking the Pope, or most recently posting an image of himself as Jesus. And then actually touching
Healing
on that, Trump
Jeffrey
now appears to be trying to
Epstein.
get back into good graces with his Christian base by having an event called America Reads the Bible. And it'll be a live-streamed week-long marathon in which nearly 500 Americans will take turns reading the entire Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, to celebrate 250 years of the Bible in America. And as you'd probably expect, a number of the people doing the reading are overwhelmingly
I am cursed. This is my exact punishment. I am forced to listen to people repeat history and do dumb shit that would not have, like, the founders absolutely would not have wanted. Oh my god, I'm going to jump into the harbor like I'm a fucking teabag. I am so over this shit.
right wing.
I want this fight.
Cabinet members and politicians like Pete
Yeah,
Hegseth, Marco
AOC,
Rubio,
RFK,
Susan Wiles, and Mike
100%.
Johnson. Though also, I might tune in because I want to see whether Hegseth actually reads from the Bible or he plagiarizes Pulp Fiction again. Though, by the way, at the very least, this is expected to carry a heavy Christian nationalist undertone. Or the event's announcement claiming
Get a
that the
thumbs
Bible
up for
is
that, Philly.
indelibly woven into the national identity and way of life. And actually, Trump himself is supposed to read a passage from the Old Testament tonight from the Oval Office. Though also with that, I'll say there is doubt whether any of this, kind of song and dance that he's doing is going to meaningfully stem the bleeding that he suffered over the past year. Right, the newest NBC poll, for example, it puts his overall approval.
Okay, wait a minute. I have lawyers in the chat. I need to make lawyer friends. Mostly so I can pick their brains, not because I want to file lawsuits on my behalf. But realistically, if let's say we needed 500 days of or 250 days of whatever amount they were doing for the Bible, right, on TV, because it's a religion, right? Does that mean other religions get to do that? Because I would really, really like to do the Necronomicon or I don't know, the Quran. I think we should do the same thing for other religions, right? That would make sense, right? I feel like that could be I feel like there's some kind of rights group that would go after that. Like the Church of Scientology. Wait, the Church of Satan. The Church of Satan should take up arms against this TV bullshit. What the fuck? Also, for the schools where we do the Bibles outside of, we should also be putting satanic Bibles up. I need to I need to be multiple people in one place that can talk to people all the time. I just want the ability to put ideas in people's heads. Then I'd be kind of like Apollo, right?
Rating at just 37% with an overwhelming 63% disapproving. And so that's already horrible, but then it gets even worse for him when you break it down by how strongly people feel. Only 20% said they strongly approve and 50% strongly disapprove. And it used to be 40% strongly disapprove and 25% strongly approve. So that gap, it's now double the size, widening from 15 points to 30. And then also, when it comes down to specific issues, the numbers don't get any better. Or with only 32% giving him good marks on the economy, either strongly or even somewhat, while 52% strongly disapprove. And then as far as the war in Iran, 33% approve and 54% strongly disapprove. And so now, compared to, just 1 year ago, the percentage of folks who say that the country is on the wrong track, it's bumped up from 60 points to 67 points. But also, interestingly, while a lot of people are talking about Trump's popularity cratering, you're then also seeing people.
This is a good segue. So the website that most of these polls run off of, there's one in particular called YouGov. If you go to YouGov, you can make an account and you can vote in the polls. You do have to be region locked though. You can't be non-American. But if you go there, you can vote in those polls, and that's actually what the media reports on. Those are submitted to the media. They're real polls. So and you can sign up for an email list. So what's happening is a lot of those people are returns from previous emails. So you're only seeing a sample size of 100 people. versus like a sample size of the entirety of the country, right? And like think about like the type of people that sit at home and answer their emails during the daytime.
Looking at one of his supporters now turned critic who's ridden the anti-Trump wave to a surprising amount of wealth and influence. Let's talk about Nick Fuentes, because the Washington Post just published a pretty striking analysis of how Fuentes, one of the most extreme far-right figures online, has been able to make massive amounts of money despite being banned from nearly every mainstream and even some non-mainstream social media platforms. Because Fuentes has become one of the biggest streamers on Rumble. Since joining, he's hosted more than 700 streams, gained nearly 700,000 followers, and racked up over 100 million video views just there. But because he has no sponsors and no traditional monetization, he relies almost entirely on super chats, those paid donations that pop up on screen during a live stream. So the Post, they analyzed over 1,400 hours of his streams, and they used AI to count those donations as they appeared in real time. And their findings were that since Trump took office in January of last year, Fuentes has received nearly $900,000 from roughly 11,000 donors just there. And since July, they say that he's been pulling in at least $60,000 a month. Though what was interesting to me is that nearly half of that revenue came from just the top 5% of donors. More than $400,000 came from just that small group. And then as far as the rest, it was smaller donors mostly given $30 or less. Also, it is worth noting that, most donors are anonymous, so, one person could actually be giving from multiple accounts, or multiple donors could be sharing a username, but still the pattern was clear enough. And notably, the donation spiked during moments of political crisis or violence. They surged last summer during the protests over Trump's immigration policy, though I will say that the single biggest boost came from his appearance on Tucker Carlson's podcast, which, as we covered, ignited a full-scale MAGA civil war. Some slammed Carlson for platforming Fuentes, others defended the interview as necessary because they argued Fuentes represents a real and growing faction of the political base there. And in the month after that interview, Fuentes' super chat revenue soared to $100,000. That was a big moment. He's still profiting. His average monthly donations are up 10% since that appearance. But then also, super chats aren't his only income stream. He also runs $100 a month subscriptions to a private chat room where he interacts with fans, and he sells merch. But really, this story stood out to me not because, it's a story about one guy's bank account, but rather, what's happening around him. Because for years, the assumption in a lot of mainstream conservative circles was that Fuentes' views, they were just so extreme that they'd isolate him. His audience, it would just fizzle out. The platform bans, the social stigma would just push him into irrelevance. But that assumption, it's wrong. In addition to the left, he's been shunned by mainstream conservatives and MAGA Republicans. Fuentes has also turned on Trump. He's told his fans that the GOP should be purged and burned to the ground, and he's encouraged them to vote against Trump-backed candidates to pave the way for honestly something more extreme. And seemingly, despite all that, or maybe even because of all that, his following's grown. That's why you have experts saying that the super chat numbers, they show he has real staying power, and they also give him a financial incentive to keep building that audience. And, the idea that Fuentes represents a real voice within the American right, it's been validated by some pretty major figures. Tucker Carlson hosted that interview that sent his numbers through the roof. Alex Jones had him on earlier this year. Megyn Kelly, who once called him crazy, has since said that she understands why people find his messaging valuable, calling him very interesting and very smart. And Elon Musk, he reinstated him on Twitter, handing him a massive platform again. And while, there's still plenty of opposition across the political spectrum, and even the people who have given him platforms often try to distance themselves from specific views that he holds, the point is that the door that was supposed to be shut
of the right
keeps getting open. And then also, every time it does, the numbers go up. And of course, connecting this to even more, all of this is playing out as another front in the ongoing MAGA civil war. On one side, you have more establishment Republicans worried that letting figures like Fuentes set the agenda is going to alienate moderate voters and open the door to platforms that embrace explicit racism, sexism, and homophobia. But on the other hand, you have people arguing that Trump, he's already normalized extremism, that he's already cleared the path. So trying to wall Fuentes off is both too late and dishonest about where the base actually is right now. And the money that Fuentes is pulling in, the numbers that he pulls in, it's evidence that there is a real faction of the base that can't be written off. Though really, to me, I think the big question is, does this online following ever translate into actual political power? And there, you definitely have the expert split. Some argue that, going viral and building a digital fandom, it doesn't automatically mean real world influence. The idea being that Fuentes is good at the internet, but that doesn't translate to elections or policy. But others, they strongly disagree. One researcher told the Post, donating a super chat is the new showing up to a Klan meeting. It's a community builder. It shows you're involved, and it's a financial form of keyboard warrioring, a thing you can do for the cause. And internet culture researcher Aidan Walker argued that the money creates a deeper kind of parasocial loyalty. The donors, they don't see Fuentes as a media personality. They see him as a truth teller whose approval they'll pay for. You had Walker saying that the money marks a commitment, like they've got skin in the game, and adding, they see him as their representative. These people don't have a platform themselves. And Fuentes himself has leaned into that dynamic.
I drink,
call me a
and
Nazi,
I know things.
You better be careful.
would like you to drink something.
Because if I'm a Nazi, then there's millions of young people that are following a Nazi. So you better be careful about those words. You're saying I'm a Nazi, I'm a monster. There's a million monsters then. There's a million Nazis out there then. Because they love my show and they agree with me way more than they agree with you, and they're pissed off. and they'll follow me into battle.
Right, and that's the part that people should actually pay attention to. Because whether or not this base actually makes it out of the chat, the fact is that he is framing his audience this way and that they're paying him real money to validate that framing. That is the story. And even if he and his audience, they don't become like the majority of the Republican Party, you don't really need that many people to have a huge impact on the party. You really just need enough to be able to play a foil to the Republican Party. And that's likely part of the reason he's telling people not to vote Republican in the midterms, saying the Republican Party needs to suffer. I mean, think about it. How many elections are decided by 5% or less of the vote? And if they can hurt the Republicans to a certain degree in the midterms, or even be perceived as hurting the Republicans in the midterms, there is a chance, and it's not a crazy one, that they will come groveling to his door. Because every fire, it starts with a spark. And then there's more that we've got to dive into in just a minute. But first, let me thank a sponsor and say, you messed up Mother's Day when your gift dies before the weekend's over, like flowers on day 3. And also every year it ends up feeling the same. Flowers, brunch, last minute card that you grabbed while panicking. But if you want to win this year, it's with today's sponsor, Aura Frames. Aura is an awesome digital picture frame that lets you upload.
I just want to go to the beach. That's all I want to do. Okay. Thanks.
Unlimited photos and videos straight from your phone.
I don't need gifts.
Preloading the photos is the move, right? When I gave one to my parents,
maybe
it was already
photographs,
full of memories, so it just felt like
but I'll
two
take
gifts in
them.
one. But also, even if you don't upload, no worries. Setup takes like 2 minutes, even for people in your life who still print directions. And the display, it actually looks like real photos,
Each
and it
day,
auto adjusts to the room. So
we did that last year. It was really fun. I want to do it again this year too. It's a nice day to get out of the house. The kids like to go to the beach. It's still free. It's not very crowded. No tourists. So I like doing the. Then I get to just spend a nice day with the kids at the beach, and then I don't have to do anything because it's Mother's Day. Oh, and usually Javi makes me breakfast. He'll make me buttermilk drop biscuits with strawberries and heavy cream. It's kind of like a strawberry shortcake except a little bit different. It's really good. And he makes me that every year. Like my breakfast.
So it always looks great. Plus, you can send
Welcome
new photos
in. How's
anytime
gaming?
from anywhere, so it just keeps getting better instead of just sitting there collecting dust. Like, this is the true upgrade from the usual thanks for everything gifts. Also is named #1 by Wirecutter. So hey, save on a gift that moms love by scanning that QR code or going to auraframes.com/Phil and then use code Phil and get $25 off their best-selling Carver matte frame. It's AURA frames.com/Phil, code Phil. You save and you support
not the frame. I care less about the frame.
Terms and
Good
conditions
photograph.
apply. Seriously,
I'm awful at League of Legends. Nothing has changed.
But then
I'm
diving
worse
right back
than
into the
you.
news, the U.S.-Iran ceasefire
I've
is
never
almost
played.
over. It's not clear that talks are going to happen, let alone that a deal is going to be reached. And Donald Trump, who seemingly has no idea what's going on, says that he expects to be bombing Iran again very soon. Though notably, while he's now claiming that he's unlikely to extend the ceasefire, he may have already done it once. Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire late on Tuesday, April 7th, and so outlets have been reporting since then that it would expire tonight, Tuesday, April 21st. But then yesterday he told Bloomberg that the ceasefire would actually end Wednesday evening, Washington time, effectively giving himself another 24 hours before he has to decide whether to make good on his threat to blow up every single bridge and power plant in Iran. And that extra time, it might be so that a second round of talks could take place, although it's far from certain. Because mediators, they reportedly said that they had gotten confirmation that both the American and Iranian negotiating teams would arrive in Islamabad tomorrow. Then there were reports today that the U.S. team had put their trip on hold after Iran failed to respond to its terms, and Iranian officials never publicly confirmed their attendance. And you've also had an Iranian lawmaker claiming that reports of an Iranian delegation presence in Pakistan are a complete lie.
Oh my god, this is a hot mess. Oh my god. It's only like millions of people's lives in the balance, right? Like billions even? Like, oh man, I hate this country so much.
Saying that Iran, quote, will not negotiate until
Fuck
the
it, I'm
issue of the
saying
naval
it.
blockade is resolved. Now, one
America
possible
deserved
explanation for the
9/11.
conflicting information is that
Stand by
Iranian officials
that.
disagree about how to move forward, with U.S. officials reportedly suspecting divisions existing between Iran's negotiating team and hardliners in the military and the government, which then raises questions about who's ultimately going to have the final say. And so there you had one expert telling CNN there's some level of distrust within the Iranian system between two factions. One faction is pro-diplomacy, represented by the country's parliament speaker and chief negotiator, who sees some economic urgency to stabilize the situation. And then adding the other camp is represented by elements of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps that continue the resistance and the war, who are quite ideological and not interested in getting a deal with the U.S. Then, of course, on the U.S. side, there's also been disagreement. Right in the first round of talks, for example, the U.S. delegation asked Iran to agree to a 20-year pause on all nuclear enrichment. And while Iran would only agree to 5 at first, it's since reportedly offered to bump it up to 10 years, with it then followed by another decade during which it would...
Yeah, that sounds like negotiating. That sounds like how that works. I see they're doing well, but of course Trump can't. Art of the deal. Bankrupted 7 fucking times. Killed 3 casinos, an entire, like, state.
only enriched to levels
Trump.
well below weapons grade. But then also, Trump has said that he was against even his own negotiating team's initial 20-year offer, and he wants Iran to agree to a permanent ban. And he repeatedly claimed at the end of last week that Iran had caved, saying the other side had agreed to an unlimited suspension of its nuclear program and the handing over of its stockpile of enriched uranium. You had Trump writing on social media that the talks should go very quickly and that
No, wait, I want to read the whole fucking thing. I'm very glad only a trade negotiator, not a peace negotiator. Shit looks stressful. They fired like everyone. If you weren't taken out by a Doge cut, you were like fired for being like DEI or what the fuck ever. The agency's run by like 5 people. It's a mess. The Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran only until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete. This process should go very quickly in that most of the points are already negotiated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
most of the points are already negotiated, and even telling some outlets that the talks would take place and a deal would be finalized by the end of the week. But you then had Iranian officials publicly rejecting Trump's claims. Very notably, some administration officials have reportedly said that Trump's comments have actually been incredibly counterproductive, moving them further and further away from a deal that had...
Who knew that when a toddler has a temper tantrum, that it makes everything else easier? Or like harder? Who would have guessed? Oh my God, you got to get out of the door and the toddler's having a temper tantrum? Great, this is going to take forever. Awesome, wonderful.
Seemed close, with one reportedly telling CNN the Iranians didn't appreciate POTUS negotiating through social media and making it appear as if they had signed
Get his Twitter away from him. Take the phone away. But don't pretend to tweet us him either, because we know when you do that shit. Oh my God. I don't want to come to America. No, you don't. No, you don't.
off on issues they hadn't yet agreed to and ones that aren't popular with their people back home. Then it also gets worse from there, because apparently Trump not only doesn't know what the hell's going on with these negotiations, he doesn't even know what country his chief negotiator is in at any given time. He told reporters on Sunday morning that JD Vance wouldn't participate in upcoming talks due to unspecific security concerns. But at the same time, 2 different senior administration officials were appearing on TV and saying that Vance would be leading the delegation. And then yesterday you had Trump telling the New York Post that Vance was in the air and he'd be landing in Pakistan soon. But then just about an hour and a half later, Vance's motorcade with the vice president inside pulled up to the White House. Also, Trump's given conflicting answers about whether he would extend the ceasefire. In fact, last week, in a single round of Q&As with reporters, he was asked 5 times whether he would extend the ceasefire, and he gave 3 different answers. First responding if there's no deal, fighting resumes, then answering if we need to, I would do that, and finally saying, we'll see, I don't know that.
When was this posted? 2 hours ago? Hold up. Roll call. Oh no. Oh no. What is he posting about Pennsylvania? No. My administration just delivered a big win for the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which I love, and won by the largest margin in history. Based on this, the Commerce Department worked with Governor Josh Shapiro, who has now agreed to open 2 beautiful clean coal plants in Indiana and Armstrong counties. Radical left lunatics wanted to get rid of these wonderful plants in favor of wind farms, which kill birds. He hates the wind farms. It's always the wind farms with this motherfucker. Ever since Scotland took him to court and won, he will never forgive wind farms. It never ends. He's Don Quixote. He's just charging the windmill. This old fuck, get him off the horse. I've never found a more ample comparison. Clean coal, which kill birds and are both costly and ineffective. We will never allow that to happen. Thankfully, we struck a deal to guarantee these plants will not be retired. I will always fight for the fantastic people of Pennsylvania. Donald J. Trump. Okay, wait, is this the same one that Philly D just read? 4 o'clock. Posted 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago would have been 5 o'clock. This was posted at 4. I don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't. Okay, based on the listen, I'm a little high, all right? Based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim nope, I'm going to butcher that, and the Prime Minister of Pakistan, we have asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such a time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded on the way, one way or the other. Can't believe. Wait. I saw Rudy Giuliani. Sorry. Like, what are they talking about with Rudy Giuliani? What happened now?
That we'll have to, ideally we won't. Though today, I will say, he suggested that he was leaning toward the first option.
I expect to be bombing because I think that's a better attitude to go in with, but we're ready to go. I mean, the military is raring to go.
Trump also claimed that the military is, quote, loaded up and is actually much more powerful now than it was before the ceasefire. And he was some arguing that Trump's setting the U.S. barreling toward a situation where boots end up on the ground in Iran. Because despite the ceasefire, he's continued increasing the American military presence in the region. And by the end of the month, more than 10,000 additional troops will have been sent to the region since the fighting came to a halt. So you had one expert telling The Guardian,
I'm living in 2003 all over again, except I'm on the left this time. I hate it. Please, free me from this hell.
if we pay more attention to what President Trump
I'm
does
making me a
rather than what he
lobotomy.
says,
I
then
can't
a ground
take this
invasion is
anymore.
quite likely. And adding, we have not seen him deploying significant military assets to any theater and ending up not using it. There is a clear risk of mission creep here. But Trump, he's now arguing that everyone just needs to chill out because other wars in the past, they've lasted longer.
I just looked at a little chart. World War I, 4 years and 3 months. World War II, 6 years. Korean War, 3 years. Vietnam, 19 years. Iraq, 8 years. I'm 5 months. Okay, 5 months. I would have won Vietnam very quickly.
And then with that, yet I'm claiming that he doesn't want to be rushed, saying that he wants to make a great deal and he has all the time in the world to do it before then.
We didn't win Vietnam. I'm pretty sure everybody agrees that we definitely lost.
Seemingly downplaying the loss of American life in this conflict.
If you look at this, what we've suffered in terms of losses, we lost 13 men, and that's terrible. I wish we didn't lose one. But if somebody would have said, we've done this and obliterated that country, obliterated it, and we lost 13 men, people would have said, that's
Doesn't
not
care about
possible
anyone else.
to have done that. It's not possible.
Right.
So we've done a great job, and I don't want to be rushed by people that are really treasonous as far as I'm concerned.
And as far as who he sees as treasonous, he called out House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries for his opposition to the war.
He's a totally low IQ person, and he's always ranting.
Always
and
a black
raving,
person,
this
always
war
a
is so
woman.
terrible, terrible. They shouldn't be saying that when we're in the midst of a negotiation, because it does hurt us somewhat. It gives the other side some hope, and I don't want them to have hope.
But also with that, besides Jeffries, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy might actually be taking some of the most heat right now for his criticism of the war. Because Murphy, he's also been extremely vocal, and lately he's taken aim at Trump's blockade and seizures of Iranian-linked vessels, writing in one recent post, "We are spending billions to keep our entire Navy in the Strait to fecklessly fail to open a waterway that wasn't closed until Trump's pointless war of choice closed it. He's just burning your tax dollars." And later you had him writing, "Awesome," in response to a post sharing an article that estimated that at least 26 Iranian Shadow Fleet vessels had bypassed the U.S. blockade. And there you had a number of accounts responding by accusing Murphy of being a traitor and rooting for the
Wait,
enemy.
maybe he meant that sarcastically. He didn't put the /X, and now everybody's or /X S, and everybody's confused. I mean, that's 100% what happened. Maybe not.
You even had a White House spokesperson speaking to Fox News and saying, "It takes an insane level of Trump derangement syndrome to cheer for a terrorist regime that chants death to America." But then you had Murphy defending himself in another post, writing, "Okay, Twitter, I can't believe I need to clarify this, but obviously Trump's bungled mismanagement of this war is not awesome. As I have said a million times."
You gotta put /S. Come on. Or like maybe just like one of the emotes, like maybe like, or like, I don't know, like, yeah, they're like the just the two
Here,
eyes, straight line
disaster, and
face.
he should end the war immediately. My tweet was something called sarcasm. Which one, I'll say, personal note, yeah, that is how I took it, as sarcasm. But also two, while stories like that one, they get a lot of attention, there are also others that are connected to the war that seem to fly under the radar. Because this was also this week, for example, you had Trump signing a series of memos invoking the Cold War era Defense Production Act to push fossil fuel production in the name of defense readiness. And these memos refer back to his day one executive order declaring a national energy emergency, right, arguing that oil, coal, and natural gas production must expand to, quote, avert an industrial resource or critical technology item shortfall that would severely impair national defense capabilities. So while Trump's already boosted fossil fuel production, blocked renewable energy projects, and stripped back environmental protections, he now may be using the war to go even further. And also in the meantime, as the US economy is reeling, he might start sending money to another country to help it deal with the impacts of that war. Or with Trump saying today that his administration is considering offering financial support to the UAE in the form of a currency swap, similar to the $20 billion bailout given to Argentina, tied to support for the country's far-right president. But it's also not clear right now how much the UAE really needs the help, right? Since it's an oil-rich economy with trillions of dollars worth of sovereign wealth fund assets and no dollar liquidity problems, according to sources who spoke to Bloomberg. And then also, notably, Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law and member of the team negotiating with Iran, his investment firm has been backed with more than $1.5 billion in capital from sovereign wealth funds in the UAE, where a government-linked firms also invested in the Trump family's crypto company, and the Trump organization is currently building a luxury hotel
Teapot Dome wishes they could.
in the country. So seemingly, with whatever happens with this ceasefire,
Like literally the robber barons of like the 1890s would cream their pants. Carnegie, oh my God, he would bukkake all over everything if he saw what these capitalist scumbags are doing right now. I hate it here.
or anything that happens, the pain that's felt, the people that die or maimed. What seems to be clear is that the rich, they're just going to keep getting richer. And then there's more that we've got to dive into in just a minute. But
I would
personally,
never have
thank the
thought.
sponsor and say, imagine
I would never have thought in 2000s when I started watching Philly, 2015, that he would be like, yeah, no, capitalism sucks.
a message that says someone you love was just in an accident. But then one click later, your entire phone's compromised. Because seriously, that is a real scam right now. Cybercriminals are sending fake accident alert messages, and when you click the image, it installs malware that can access your apps and drain your bank accounts. So yeah, maybe,
Joke's on them. I don't answer any phone number.
don't click every
Joke's on them. I don't answer my phone.
thing that gives you a mini heart attack. Unless, of course, that thing is the Philip DeFranco show. But really, all of this, it's yet another reason to have today's sponsor, NordVPN. Right? Nord's not just about privacy anymore. It also helps protect you from this exact kind of stuff. Their threat protection feature, it can block malicious links, shady downloads, and dangerous websites before they even hit your device. So if something sketchy shows up, like a random urgent message trying to get you to click, Nord can help stop it before it becomes a problem. It also, I'll say, helps you keep your data private, hides your IP address, and secures your connection, especially when you're on public Wi-Fi. Which is great because at this point, scammers are getting way too good at making things look real. So if you want to protect yourself and your data, just scan that QR code or go to nordvpn.com/Phil to get an exclusive discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months free when you use my link. It's nordvpn.com/Phil. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. But then, diving right back into the news, a now third Trump cabinet member is out. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer just resigned after a months-long investigation into an alleged affair with a security officer, taxpayer-funded personal trips, drinking on the job, and creating a toxic work environment. And she says that she's now headed back to the private sector, with her lawyer saying that it's about serving the country and letting the Department of Labor do its work without distraction. But also, even though I know a lot of people weren't even aware of this
Cash
person,
gone yet,
the path
though?
to this resignation, it's worth looking at because it's been snowballing pretty quickly. Complaints against her started back in January, and we can go through them. Regarding the travel, Labor Secretary
How many like Trump appointees are we down? Like if we don't count Gates, right? Because he doesn't technically, he was like before the inauguration, I think, right? So like he didn't actually have the job. So what? How many are we up to, like 4? Like, and I'm just talking strict Trump appointees. I'm not talking about the people who were forced to step down or whatever.
expected to be on the road, and last year she spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on more than 50 trips as part of her America at Work tour, meeting with workers and employers across the country. That's the job. But reports say that she had personal ties to at least 10 of these stops, scheduling short work events and spending the rest of the time visiting family and friends or partying. And while interagency investigators have reviewed evidence and spoken with witnesses, no conclusion.
I'm starting to feel like my conspiracy theory that Pete Hegseth was making everybody compete in Iron Chef competitions is getting closer and closer to real every time I hear one of these stories. Every time. I'm sorry, I'm yelling into the mic.
Announced. Though at least her husband says that there isn't an ounce of truth to any of it. Then regarding the affair, complaints say that she had meetups with a mystery security officer toward the end of last year, one reportedly in Las Vegas while she was celebrating her niece's birthday. And while photos confirmed she was in Vegas, outlets like the New York Post said that they found no direct evidence of a hookup. And you had a White House spokesperson dismissing the allegations as coming from disgruntled former employees. Then regarding work environment, you had staffers describing it as toxic with hostile aides and a deeply demoralized staff. She also allegedly kept a stash of alcohol in her office and asked employees to bring her and another aide wine on at least one work trip. Though again, want to stress, nothing confirmed publicly yet. Whether or not any of this is ultimately proven, the fallout, it's already been substantial. Her chief of staff and deputy chief of staff were placed on leave when the allegations surfaced and both eventually resigned. Also, the security officer that she allegedly had.
If you take the internet away, this is literally like, I swear I'm living in 1890 all over again. Tucker Carlson is a Russian ad set starry. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, he went to Russia. I would agree more with Tucker Carlson being a Russian asset than Trump being a Russian Trump being a Russian asset at this current time.
Had the affair with was placed on leave, and now she's out. Though her attorney insists that, the resignation has nothing to do with any legal wrongdoing, that she's just stepping down to let the Department of Labor function without distraction. One of the things that really makes this notable is that Chavez de Remer really wasn't supposed to be a controversial figure. She spent 20 years in local politics, city council member, mayor, House representative. She actually won Democrats over with her stance on labor. And after she lost her House seat last November, it was the president of the Teamsters who nudged Trump to put her up for labor secretary, and she got bipartisan support. Enough Democrats crossed the aisle to confirm her that, she was seen at least briefly as a rare win for labor advocates in this administration. But then things started to slip. You had reports saying that her pro-labor agenda didn't sit well with business leaders. And so then she eased up on it. She started winning business support through deregulation, apprenticeship programs, and legal opinion letters that favored employers. So you saw that straining her relationship with most unions, though the Teamsters were still in her corner. Though other unions, they put it bluntly, saying things like, we need a labor secretary who understands working people and will work to make our lives better, not just be a rubber stamp for corporations' wish lists and got the protections we count on. And so with her gone, Keith Sunderling, the deputy secretary of labor since last year, he steps up. But then also, let's look at the big picture here. This is the third cabinet member to exit, less than halfway through Trump's second term. And apparently,
wait, what did I say? Wait, somebody rewind the VOD. What did I say? What did I say? Someone go back right now. Matt, I know you have fucking the thingy, the turbo. Go back in time and tell me what I said with how many people have left. I'll wait. I can smoke this joint. That's fine. Although you're probably making dinner. I shouldn't be so demanding. I'll still wait. I'll give it a minute. I'm pretty sure I said 3.
Quit or get kicked out. So while Chavez de Remer wasn't fired like Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, a resignation under investigation, that's still significant, especially for a president who specifically stacked his cabinet with loyalists. So between Bondi's Epstein file scandal, Noem's ICE scandal, and now this, Trump's handpicked leaders, they're dropping at a pace that's really hard to ignore. And of course, every exit, it means more time playing Tetris to find replacements, right? Rubio can't do every job, less time running the departments, and a public that's just left holding the short end of a stick. And as far as Sunderling, he's now walking into a slow job market with sluggish wage growth and creeping unemployment. That's something that's going to take a lot of time and expertise to address. And, this musical chairs at the top of this cabinet, they're not going to make anything easy. But then also, while he tries to figure that out, you had yet another one of Trump's picks, Kevin Warsh, in the hot seat today. Right? And Kevin Warsh is Trump's choice for the chair of the Federal Reserve. And today, he went before the Senate Banking Committee.
He looks like Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond's brother if he not a comedian.
For his confirmation hearing. And actually, for a Trump nominee, this guy does seem weirdly qualified for the job. He's an Ivy League graduate. He worked in financial services at Morgan Stanley before then serving as economic policy advisor under George W. Bush. From there, Bush appointed him to the Fed Board of Governors in 2006, where he served until 2011. And so notably, that's before, during, and after the 2008 financial crash. But also, despite his resume, going into this hearing, we kind of knew that his immediate confirmation was a long shot. Because Senator Tom Tillis, a key Republican on the committee, has said that he will not confirm Warsh until the DOJ drops the criminal investigation into the Fed and the current chairman, Jerome Powell. Because while on paper, that case is about the renovations for the Fed's headquarters going over budget, Powell has said, and many think, that this is a pressure campaign from Trump to try and get the Fed to lower interest rates, which is also actually what a federal judge found as well, blasting it as an act of intimidation. And so during this hearing, you had Tillis sticking to his guns, saying,
somebody over in the DOJ didn't even check with the boss. The boss said on the same night that I said I can't go forward until this bogus investigation is done with, said he didn't know anything about it. We have got to end this investigation. Big DOJ didn't know about it. The president didn't know about it. Let's get rid of this investigation so I can support your confirmation.
Now, with that, Trump was asked this morning whether he'd drop the investigation into Powell in order to get Warsh confirmed, and it resulted in a kind of a rambling rant.
They ripped down the most beautiful ceilings. They'll never build them again. The most beautiful, thick, 1.5 foot thick walls of solid masonry. They're never going to be built again. They put up 6-inch sheetrock walls, and they say, so we have no insulation. It's not in the budget. I would have fixed that building. Beautiful. Quickly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
gorgeous
real beautiful.
moldings.
We've seen what happens to your casinos.
To go on, but what we do know is that without a vote from Tillis, the committee reportedly doesn't have the votes to advance his confirmation to the Senate. Republicans, they have a slim majority here, and Warsh, he didn't really win over any Democrats. And you had those on the committee lingering on a couple of points. Or the first being that the guy has some serious investments that have sparked a lot of concern. Before the hearing, he disclosed more than $100 million worth of assets, which makes him significantly wealthier than any previous Fed chair. He also reportedly refused to identify the underlying holdings of some of his biggest investments. And you had him specifically citing confidentiality agreements. And you had the committee's ranking member, Senator Elizabeth Warren, hitting on that hard during her questions. And to that point, Warsh said that he struck an agreement with the Office of Government Ethics to divest the majority of those assets. So he also really didn't satisfy Warren or other Democrats on the committee, with Warren specifically asking Warsh how those assets.
What do you guys think they're thinking about back there? Like, do you think they're actually paying attention to any of this shit? What do you think? Can somebody give me just an idea? Because I think this one's looks like, maybe I should have called out of work today.
Assets will be sold and to whom. Or with the apparent concern being that Warsh's pockets were going to get lined and he'll be stuck in someone's pocket just before taking office. And in response, you had Warsh kind of dancing around the question without really answering, which is worth pointing out. But also, one of the biggest questions at hand was the Fed's independence and specifically the extent of Trump's influence over Warsh. Trump has specifically said he thinks Warsh is going to get him the lower interest rates that he wants. And those comments, they sparked a lot of concern because the big thing about the Federal Reserve is that it is supposed to be independent and removed from politics. And during the hearing, Warren really hammered the point home, calling Warsh, one, Trump's sock puppet, and two, her few minutes of questioning, it was a very heated exchange.
I need to know, I need to measure your independence and your courage. So let me ask you another
out of
question.
monetary policy.
Have they voted for this yet? Need to figure out if they voted for this yet, because they have. I wonder if Elizabeth or Warren voted yes. Because there's been a number of Trump picks that Cory Booker has voted yes on, but I don't hear anybody calling him out about it.
Meeting, you
Monetary
said
policy out
you
of
would
politics.
be independent because you're, quote, a tough guy. Those were your words, tough guy. And you will be able to stand up to President Trump. So let's try it again. Name one aspect of President Trump's economic agenda with which you disagree.
Well, Senator, the Federal Reserve in recent years has wandered outside of its remit, wandered into other
I'm
areas.
asking for something
That's
you
not something I'm
disagree with
prepared to
Donald
do.
Trump on.
If-
We need a Fed chair who is independent. That's the only way we preserve the independence
I agree
of the
with
Federal Reserve. If you can't answer these questions, you don't have the courage and you don't have the independence.
I agree
Thank
with you on
Mr.
independence, Senator.
With all of that said, it is just the beginning of the
Beach
process. We're still looking
episode?
at a long road.
I'll do a beach live stream. I'll take you guys to the beach. Do you want to go swimming or do you want to go look in the tidal pools? You only get to pick one. I think I know what you guys are going to pick. That was dumb.
Road before Warsh actually takes the oath of office. But also a big thing is that Trump has said that if Warsh is confirmed by the end of Jerome Powell's term on May 15th, he's going to fire Powell. And if with that, you're getting a sense of deja vu here, it's because he's made that threat before, like a lot. So again, it's not clear whether he actually has that power. In fact, the Supreme Court's even expressed doubt regarding the case centered on Trump trying to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook last summer. And so as far as, what is next, from here, it's kind of just a matter of waiting to see how things shape up for Warsh following today's hearing. And so in the meantime, I'd love to know your thoughts in those comments down below, whether it be this story or really anything else that stood out to you today. Because yes, this is a news show, but I kind of really live for the conversation. But that, my friends, you beautiful bastard, is the end of your Tuesday Philip DeFranco show dive into the news. And well, of course, I'll see you right back here, same time, same place tomorrow for another dive
Same
into
time,
the news.
same crime.
And you're getting a brand new episode of Crashing Out
Look
around
at this
noon
guy.
tomorrow. In the meantime,
No.
no. That said,
That's what
thanks for
you
watching.
meant.
Love your faces, and
No.
we'll see you then.
All right. Give me a second. What was I going to put on? I saw something earlier. Let me pick the video and then I'll do your fit check. All right. Calm yourself. Roll at like 800 miles an hour. Of course I can't find anything I want. Hate the YouTube algorithm, man. What a news. It'll show it back there. I wish I was less suited so I could remember what the thumbnail is. Wasn't Alex Jones. We need another bug betting stream at some point, please. Yes. Oh, so the other one, I can't upload to YouTube. I'm not allowed. I got blocked when I was doing the rendering today. I was like, oh, fuck. All right. Ow. Wrong button. We got sweatpants. And we got a crop top. That's what we got today. And my favorite hoodie. 2011 Otakon. So big. I love it. I feel like I'm swimming in it. It's like perfect, especially because like it's the right material where it's not too heavy, but it's also not super light. So like I could wear it to like the boardwalk in the summer. And like I like this one, and then I have a drug rug that I really like, and then what's the other one that I don't know, but I have a bunch of Christmas sweaters too. So those will come out around Christmas. Yeah. But also I like the size of the hood. I feel like I'm wearing a cloak. Anyway. To the news. Wait, I put a bunch of stuff in the Discord because I wanted to talk about it. Thank you. Thank you, previous me. I appreciate the work I did for me. Sometimes I'm smart. Boop. Where is it? My bad. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. This. I am not beating the British allegations. There's a reason I want to show you guys this, okay? Especially for the British chatters. All right, hold on. Wait, I gotta... How do I computer? Everything computer. Puppet history. Hey. All right. So I'm going to explain something really fast to you guys. All right. I want you to pay attention to this video. And I want you to know that in the background is Washington crossing the Delaware. And this gentleman is about to make an announcement.
Administration. This Pentagon waged an unrelenting war on our warriors on many fronts, including when it came to denying them simple medical autonomy and the freedom to express their religious convictions. In other words, our men and women in uniform were forced to choose between their conscience and their country, even when those decisions posed no threat to our military readiness. You know what I'm talking about, what happened, COVID-19 and the vaccine. No more. That era of betrayal is over.
Brain
Under
is
President
breaking.
Trump, the War Department continues to take decisive action to once again restore freedom and strength to our joint force. We're seizing this moment to discard any absurd, overreaching mandates that only weaken our warfighting capabilities.
Warfighting.
In this case, this includes the universal flu vaccine and the mandate behind it. The notion that a flu vaccine must be mandatory for every service member everywhere in every circumstance at all times
Oh my
is just overly
God.
broad and not rational. Our new policy is simple. If you, an American warrior entrusted to defend this nation, believe that the flu vaccine is in your best interest,
I'm
then you're
shell
free to
shocked
take it. You
right
should.
now.
But we will not force you because your body, your faith, and your convictions are not negotiable. Your health. It's common sense. It's the kind of common sense approach we're undertaking in this department. Rest assured that under President Trump, the War Department will always honor our brave warriors and do everything we can to restore the American people's trust in their military for generations to come. And that's why I'm proud to sign this new policy.
Okay, great. Thank you, Pete Hegseth, for that information. So here's, anyway, the founding president and #1 general in the United States of America, George Washington, inoculating his troops during the American Revolution because they were getting smallpox. God. Like, it's honestly, like, I could not. It's like a Greek tragedy. It really is. It's like the birth of America was a symbol of the death of America. I can't. Dorothy, your comparison to Cassandra, it was more accurate than I care to admit right now. That's right, it's puppet history, guys. Time. I've tricked you into learning.
Puppet history. Today we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy book we call history, while our guests ruthlessly.
And we will do channel points for these. Let me get my phone up.
Host, the professor. Oh, thank you, Ryan Bergara.
Ryan Bergara.
You know, I'm glad you asked. After last week's devastating loss, I went on a 30-day meditative retreat, and I feel much better about it, and I'm ready to go, fired up, ready to learn, and feel really good.
Okay, I love to hear it.
I feel really good.
All right, that's enough.
No, I feel really good.
That's enough.
I feel really good.
That's enough. Special guest Jermaine Fowler, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, then let's crack in.
Okay, ready? Buckle up, guys.
Hey, Jermaine, happy to have you back. Man, it's been ages.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
You didn't catch any dancing plague in the meantime, did you?
I don't think so.
It kills me. He was good. He was a funny guy.
Weird energy right from the start. Hey, now, to begin, just so I'm sure today's story doesn't offend anyone, which side did you guys support in the Revolutionary War?
Oh, I don't want to discuss politics.
I don't know if I was alive.
What side were you on, Professor?
Yeah.
Oh, was I here? Was I here for that?
How old are you?
How old am I?
There we go.
You sort of lose track after a while.
You do?
I've been around. I've seen some stuff. Anyway, colonists or British, it doesn't matter. Just so long as you didn't support the third side. You did know there was a third side to the Revolutionary War, didn't you?
I did not know that.
I did not know that, Professor.
One that humanity had actually been fighting for millennia and
I'm too
doing a
excited.
pretty
I need to
bad
calm
job
myself.
at? Well, today we're talking about smallpox and how it almost stopped the United States from ever existing. You guys ever had smallpox?
I had chickenpox once.
Which is bigger, the chicken pox or the
Smallpox.
Oh, that's a fascinating question because chickens are quite small.
But also, they're not.
God, I hope they never invent big pox. Now, outside of history class, you don't hear much about smallpox these days. In the 17th and 18th centuries, however, smallpox was on everybody's minds, and for good reason. Caused by either the variola minor or variola major viruses, a smallpox victim first experienced head and backaches, fever, chills multiplying, and vomiting. A few days later, a rash would break out across their whole body, and sores would begin to appear in their mouth and nasal passages. Eventually, the sores would appear on the skin, which would crack open and ooze. Well, chickenpox sounds like a kind of walk in the park compared to oozing, huh?
Yeah. Have you had Taco Bell, though?
Yeah.
Plenty of oozing happening there, if you know what I mean.
Speak for yourself, buddy. You got a bad digestive system.
That is true. Well, that's what the diapers are for.
What?
That's what the diapers are for.
Oh!
What's the grossest little encounter you've had with an illness, Professor?
One time I pooped 1.5 pounds of jelly beans.
Oh, that sounds cool.
They were delicious.
That don't sound too bad.
The train just arrived at the station for me. That you ate your own feces?
Well, I I consume jelly beans, but I also poop jelly beans because I don't have a digestive system, so it's just sort of like a full circle, really.
Do you call it poop?
I call it poop. Yeah. So, now, a mere 10 days after all that oozing, scabbing would begin, pitting the skin in permanent scars.
Oh, man.
Going through this whole ordeal took more than a month, and victims had...
okay. History fact, unrelated to this. It's actually a makeup history fact. Queen Elizabeth of England, she actually had smallpox, and she had a lot of scarring from it. So she would use a mercury-based paint to paint her face white, and the mercury was actually eating in her skin and making the smallpox worse. So she was like layering it on and on and on. You're welcome.
Had to be quarantined as they were extremely contagious the entire time. As medical historian Donald R. Hopkins puts it, smallpox was a uniquely horrible disease for, quote, the suddenness and unpredictability of its attack, the grotesque torture of its victims, the brutality of its lethal or disfiguring outcome, and the terror that it inspired. So, off to a fun start here. Oh, like a rash of oozing red spots, our first question has appeared. Smallpox caused by the variola minor virus had a mortality rate of around 1%. What was the mortality rate of the more severe...
Open-ended, guys. No points.
Severe variola major. Now, this is open-ended, but it's higher than 1% and less than 100%. And just
Wait,
follow...
hold on. I gotta back up. I missed it because I talked. I should have not. Question time. Don't talk during the test.
Like a rash of oozing red spots, our first question has appeared. Smallpox caused by the variola minor virus had a mortality rate of around 1%. What was the mortality rate of the more severe variola major? Now, this is open-ended, but it's higher than 1% and less than 100%. And just follow your gut here. Say, hello, gut. What do you think? And see what it whispers into your ear.
I'm ready to go.
Ryan, what is your answer?
I think the major had a mortality rate of 50%.
50%.
I'm gonna guess
You got 50-50 shot
63%.
Jermaine, what do you got?
My guesstimate was that the major had an 88%.
They look like little snowmen.
Yeah, but they don't have the... Snowmen have 3 sections.
Yeah, they have 3 sections.
So this one's not...
Well, I love them either way, and I'm gonna give you 2 happy little jelly beans for those 2 happy little snowmen, even though neither of you are right.
What? So, what was the answer?
Well, the answer... well, I love that thirst for knowledge, Jermaine.
I'm really
Another bonus
excited
jelly
about
bean
this
for you. I love that.
Do I come to you? I remember last time you had them in your satchel.
Oh, do you want one from my satchel?
No, they're the poop jelly beans.
Come on.
It's the most ominous.
Get on over here, buddy.
Yeah.
Is it in the satchel?
Open it up. I don't have muscles.
You really don't. It's just fur.
Why is he shaking like that?
It's still in the satchel.
Look, you made him so happy.
This is so fucking funny, man. Thank you. This is great.
Those were pretty fresh, though, so sorry if they're warm.
It's okay.
Those are butt beans, then.
Well, I wouldn't call them butt beans, but yes.
Oh,
they're butt
gross.
beans.
You did call them butt beans.
You want a bean too, buddy?
I'll take a ball from your sack.
Crack the sack, dude.
A ball from your sack.
Okay, wait, what do you... Take one, Jesus.
What flavor did you get?
I got a green one.
Ooh, yummy. Okay. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
The answer we were looking for is 30%.
Boo.
Yeah, so honestly, not the worst, but
No, it's not that
still something you'd probably want to avoid.
That's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
Damn.
That means one of the 3 of us would die right now.
That's
probably,
right.
On the spot. You know what? You guys are both really nice guys. I'd take the fall. I'd
nice.
I'd fall on the sword.
Okay, chill. Yeah, cool.
Okay, well, you don't have to accept it that
No, I
quickly.
love it.
That
Thank
was
you.
pretty quick, yeah.
Yes, if you contracted variola major, you had a little less than a 1 in 3 chance of dying. Your best hope was that you'd survive with lifelong disfiguring scars.
Oh, nice.
No wonder people were desperate for ways to avoid it, or at least to ensure they could survive it. Tough to live with scars forever, probably. That's sad. Maybe we should just keep going.
But then you can ask people, you want to know how I got these scars?
Okay.
We got a Joker here! Ring the Joker bell!
Come on, hit it!
Okay.
Thank God, it's
That's
questions
our
time.
Poppin' Jelly Telly. Who we got?
It is I, his unholy holiness, the devil!
Now, hey, hang on a sec. The Jelly Telly's for previous guests.
Oh, right. What was I thinking? As you know, I, Satan, love to follow the rules.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there.
Anyway, one of my wretched minions is going to be on your season finale, so I'm justified
Wretched
in being here. Thank you
minions.
very much.
Oh, well, that sounds like a pretty wild season finale.
Oh, it will be. It will be. Okay, let's take
Give
a look
me
at
the
this
question, Devil
Some of
Daddy.
the earliest attempts at smallpox inoculations were performed in China 1,000 years ago. What did those attempts look like? A. Inhaling powdered smallpox scabs. B. Sleeping in a hat made from the hair of a smallpox victim. Or C. Drinking the breast
Poll is up in the channel points. You have 3 seconds. Or 3 minutes.
milk of a mother who had recovered from that disease.
Okay. A. Inhaling powdered smallpox scabs. B. Sleeping in a hat made from the hair of a smallpox victim. Or C. Drinking the breast milk of a mother who had recovered from the disease. I know which one I'm going to pick. Is it going to let me pick one? No. Well, now you guys just have to wait for like 3 minutes. Two of them are very likely. One of them seems very unlikely. I feel like one's slightly more likely than the other. I'm thinking A. To like burn the scabs and like wave it like a sage. It seems like something like witch would do, which doctors are thinking A. Shouldn't have put 3 minutes. That's a long time. Oh, we got 1 for 1 though. Oh. I should have kept my mouth shut. I'm so bad at this. Talk during a test. All right. We're like halfway there. Well, like less than halfway. See, no, go vote in the channel points. Go vote in the channel points. You only need like 200. Yeah, there we go. Now there's some skin in the game. Got like, I don't know, what, like 30 seconds left? I can't tell. It's only a bar. It doesn't tell me anything. The color. I have to guesstimate. All right, ready, guys? Think you're locked in. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Well, thanks, man. Enjoy that stupid party that everyone's going to.
I think I'm gonna skip that one. Anyway, say hi to Beef Boy for me. Ciao, Dingleberry.
Well, okay then. Always nice to hear from the devil, I guess. Ryan, what do you got?
I put B for funny hat because I always love a funny hat.
You do.
Oh, I did it wrong. Oh my god. I was supposed to do a prediction, not a poll. God damn it. All right, hold on. Wait. Oh my god. I was like, wait. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted right now. Oh my god, I'm such a dingus. I'm gonna go see myself out. Fuck, what letter comes after B? All right, 30 seconds. That's all you guys get. Because it's my fault.
Christ, there's a boomer around here.
No, I deserve that one. I deserve that one. Good. Good. Ready? Go.
Yeah. Jermaine, what do you got?
Oh, I chose A, inhaling scab meat.
Ooh, gross. That's disgusting, but a jelly bean for Jermaine.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it.
Your boy.
It was
Get
C.
some jelly beans.
That's so gross. Oh, he's
Wait.
gonna go and grab one every single
No, it was A. Inhaling.
I'm sorry, I'm just used to.
No, yeah, no, you can have another one.
Okay.
Dude, that's amazing.
I almost fucked this up again.
I don't know why he shakes like that. Is he taking from your like energy source when he does that?
No, I'm fine. Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. History is nasty and terrible, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yes, inhaling someone else's scabs might result in mild symptoms with a much higher survival rate than catching it
The
in the
answer is
wild,
C,
and
eh?
lifelong immunity against catching it again.
I mean, both would work.
Worked!
Whoa.
Well, over the centuries, people found even grosser ways to protect themselves from smallpox. In 1718, Lady Mary Wortley Montagu, the wife of the British ambassador to Turkey, wrote a letter detailing the Turkish process of ingrafting. Quote, "The old woman comes with a nutshell full of the best sort of smallpox and asks what vein you please to have opened. She immediately rips open that you offer to her with a large needle and puts as much matter as can lie upon the head of her needle, and after that binds up the little wound with a hollow bit of shell." End quote.
Oh
yeah,
my
keep in mind this
God.
was before anybody knew what germs were.
Aghast.
No, everybody was just guessing. They're like, hey, if you put this in your blood, it seems to make you be better at fighting this.
So when people got sick, would they just blame the devil or something?
Probably
Yes.
the devil or bad air.
This is probably around the time when they were like, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt.
Is that what they say? Is that in the Bible?
Ezekiel 10:12.
This process, which came to be known as variolation, proved quite effective at preventing severe smallpox, though it wasn't yet widely practiced in the Western world. The only relief a non-variolating community had from smallpox was natural herd immunity, which depended on enough people having already had smallpox that an outbreak couldn't grab hold. As years went by without an outbreak, however, more people with immunity would die off, and more stupid babies without immunity would be born, essentially reloading a community with potential smallpox victims. Basically, even if it had been years without smallpox wreaking havoc, it was only a matter of time before another epidemic swept through. Now, it's important to note, this was how people lived their lives for millennia. We are rare to not be constantly worrying about smallpox. Whew.
That is nuts.
Now, in 1721, the disease reappeared in a Boston that was overdue for an outbreak. Reverend Cotton Mather
Overdue.
surveyed his congregation of smallpox-vulnerable New Englanders and wrote, "Because of the destroying angel standing over the town, a day of prayer is needed that we may prepare to meet our God." And if anyone would know about a destroying angel standing over a town, it was Mather, on account of he first made a name for himself by helping a Massachusetts town by the name of Salem burn
I was
their
gonna
daughters
say.
alive.
That's one way to get rid of smallpox.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, you're technically right. Mather, however, now knew that prayer wasn't the only weapon in the fight against smallpox. Onesimus, a man enslaved to Mather, had told the Reverend about his own variolation procedure he'd undergone while he was young in West Africa. Mather figured it might be worth a shot. Even with promising anecdotes, however, there was still reluctance among the colonists. Oh, why? A, variolation was gross. B, maybe God wanted everyone to die from smallpox? C, while you wouldn't die, it still made you sick, and people didn't like that.
Okay. Sorry, I'll back it up one frame. That. Okay. Ready? I got it right this time. You got 1 minute on the clock down in the channel point section. A, B, or C? Why? Why is not a selection? Why is the question? Got like half the time left. B. I'm gonna go with B. That's where I'm putting my point. If I had any point. Almost over.
C. While you wouldn't die, it still made you sick. And people didn't like that.
I'm sorry, C made me laugh.
Well, nobody likes to be sick.
It was just the way he said it.
Ryan, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with B, the Drizzy Drake, God's plan.
Oh, I paused it. Oops.
Okay, all right. And Jermaine?
Chose B. God was hating.
Okay, oh, we got a couple B-boys out there. I don't think we have a bit for this one, do we? Oh, well. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. We're going to find out via the magic of theater. Oh, Reverend Mather, we quake in fear, for we aren't but sheep drawn to the slaughter. Smallpox has cometh, and the children of our blood until it is well sated. All right, guys, look, calm down. What if we tried this variolation? Have you heard of it? You seen this? You just rip open a vein and put some pus in there. And after a little bit of discomfort, you'll be unscarred and alive. What do you think of that? And we'll be safe from smallpox forever and ever. Just a second. Does seem like God probably wants us all to die, right? Wouldn't variolation be against his will? Hey guys, I really don't think... No, you know what? Our mind's made up. God wants us dead!
Do I know my Americans? Do I know my Americans? My fellow colonists?
Do you have any new prayers for us? We love those things. Yeah, give us prayers, Daddy.
What? Jesus.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
It's B, a jelly bean for both of you.
Thank you.
Oh,
If this
boys.
community was convinced that witches existed, that we're spiting God, it's not a far stretch.
No, not at all.
Yes, while A and C may have some truth to them as well, it was B that seemed to get Bostonians really worked up. They were Puritans, remember? Sickos, gluttons for that divine punishment, and fully
People
Joker-fied.
fight.
You love bringing up Joker.
Sure. Yeah.
You really
Jesus.
These guys were twisted, you know?
Warner Girl.
In fact, they were so fired up that in response to Mather trying to interfere with God's little plague, one Bostonian even threw a bomb through Mather's window.
This is who we used to be. We used to be that. We used to throw bombs into people's houses when we disagreed with them. God.
With the message,
Congratulations, Maddie.
Mather, you dog. Damn you. I'll inoculate you with this with a pox to you. Yes, people hating vaccines for made-up reasons is unfortunately nothing new in this country of ours.
Timeless.
Did you say he threw a bomb with a note on it?
He threw a bomb with a note on it, which is, you know, yeah, that's a sort of a complex, because you'd have to read it. In fact, the bomb did not actually go off, so...
Well, yeah.
You gotta read it.
Yeah, I was about to say, the first thing you do when you see a bomb is run away from it. You're not like, well, maybe there's a note.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Oh.
Or are we?
Oh, hey, it's the or.
Hello, Professor. I'll let you carry on with your little history lesson, but first I'd like to just take a quick minute to thank Scentbird for sponsoring.
Oh my god, what is his name? I just posted the quiz about him. Oh my god. Not Miyamoto. It's gone.
Today's video. Hey,
It was the answer to
Professor,
yesterday's trivia
I
question.
like you, but you're a smelly guy. Most people don't know that, but this guy stinks.
Well, I don't know if I stink, but...
Like rotten cotton candy mixed with expired vinegar.
Musashi
Okay, that's
Miyamoto.
a bit rude. As our beleaguered earth tilts her weary body and the leaves fall from the trees, wouldn't it be nice to not only smell good, but also seasonally
Ad break.
appropriate? It would. No, but when it comes time to put those light, sexy summer fragrances on the shelf in exchange for a thick, seductive scent for the colder months, who wants to buy a whole new bottle for an arm and a leg, of which I have neither because I'm an anthropomorphic ore, as you well know?
We do know this, yes.
Well, that's where Scentbird comes in. It's a fragrance subscription service that allows you to browse over 600 delicious brands and receive a 30-day supply of a new fragrance
Don't
every
do
month
it.
for a mere $16.
Here it's bad.
Been jonesing
Well, okay,
for
maybe
some
do it
fancy
just use,
sniff
like,
but
go
don't wanna
click
buy
the
a whole
link, I
bottle?
guess.
Well, your aromatic dreams are about to come true.
Okay, well, asking for a friend, but what if somebody spends all day with their nose in a book and don't know nothing about smelling good?
Well, just take a stab at Scentbird's fragrance recommendation quiz and they'll set you on the right track. Let me give you a rundown of some of the sweet, sweet sniffs I've been dancing with thanks to Scentbird. How about Confessions of a Rebel, Morning After, Hot Nights Never Smelled So Good, Italian Lemon, Lavender, Tonka Bean, Patchouli, Stick It in the Dark, Amore Leopard Sanctuary, named for the only big cat that can live in both sweltering heat and the icy cold. It's fresh rosemary. Yes, it's a bite of a crispy, juicy apple and amber. My God, the amber mixing with that classic scent of heady leather.
Wow, is that all?
Or get your ass blasted with Gendarme Sky, a complex and sultry blend of bergamot, cardamom, and aged leather. Anyway, click the link below and use the code WATCHER30 for 30% off. Just $11 for your first month of Scentbird. And if you love it, heck, you can upgrade to 2 to 3
I'm sorry, I didn't realize
cents
I
a
went mute.
month, you delicious thing, you.
Wow, that sounds great. Thanks, Orr.
Thank you, Scentbird. Goodbye.
Okay, where were we? Yes. Still, Mather was
where's
able
my
to
regular
find some
phone?
congregants who were willing to be inoculated. In one of the earliest clinical trials ever conducted, Mather's group of inoculated people saw a 2% fatality rate in the 1721 outbreak, compared to 14% of the broader population. Despite improving fatal outcomes by 7 times, many colonies were still hesitant about variolation, and some even passed laws prohibiting the practice.
It's weird. Did this community migrate over to Florida?
Oh,
Yes.
buddy, oh boy, he's got them ready today. Of course, as students of history like Ryan here well know, inoculations weren't the only things upsetting colonists in the 1700s. Later in the century, there was some hubbub about taxation vis-a-vis representation, a spot of tea was spilled, and suddenly America was at war with its big angry daddy across the Atlantic, England! Spot of tea, you guys know that one.
Cold brew.
Yeah, they cold brewed the Boston Harbor.
Yeah, dude.
In July 1775, 3 months after the start of the Revolutionary War,
It's even funnier when you know about the maple syrup.
General George Washington surveyed the Continental Army's status in Boston, and that Quaker Oats-ass-looking goon must not have liked what he saw. The city was riddled, not only with British soldiers, but smallpox as well, and this put the Yanks at an extreme disadvantage. Most colonists had not yet encountered smallpox, and therefore had no immunity. The British soldiers, on the other hand, were largely immune, as they were veterans of the 7 Years' War.
Holy shit, was this like a concerted effort for like biological warfare?
There were suspicions that the British soldiers were sending people out to infect Americans.
That is crazy.
Yes, it's pretty nuts.
Damn.
Yeah, anyway, they were in the 7 Years' War, where 7 out of 9 infantrymen had suffered from the disease.
Which is
one in
also
4
known
dying
as the French and Indian War for like older textbooks.
from it, so not good odds. What?
Oh, I'm just gonna take off my cardigan because it's a little warm in here. That's...
Oh, let's play the music. Here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna take it off as unsexually as I can. Hold on.
It's like Home Depot music.
No way, buddy.
Look at those guns.
Pew, 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 pew.
Bang, 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 bang.
All right, now, George Washington had a choice. Inoculate his troops.
Oh, speaking of guns, so my one friend, her kid was sick, so we were taking off from the gym. She just texted me we're going to get together on Friday to go to the gym. And then next Wednesday, I'm meeting up with one of my other girlfriends and going to the gym on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays and Fridays, I'll be hitting the gym, and I'm so excited. Can I tell you? I'm like ready to go.
Or try to win a war of independence while simultaneously trying to dodge smallpox. Ah, what the? Oh, it's time for a historical decision. Do you inoculate your troops or not? Put your...
Okay, ready? I'm just gonna do yes or no. Yes, we inoculate. No, we do not. 1 minute on the clock. Go. Down in the channel point section. Start playing the video. Half.
Yourself in George Washington's dopey ass shoes.
Nah, he wouldn't. He seems like an honest dude. Or is that Abe?
Yeah, that's Abe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of gave the answer away at the beginning.
Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
I put yes. Scab those boys up. I'm gonna inoculate the fuck out of them.
Okay, so you've chosen to inoculate the entire colonial army. First of all, as we're seeing in the year 2021, just telling a huge population to get a vaccine isn't going to convince 100% of people, which means you'll have to mandate soldiers to get it. Interesting choice for the leader of an army whose whole position in this war is let us colonists make our own decisions. Also, though inoculating does mean lighter symptoms, variolated troops are still contagious for a time after the procedure and thus have to quarantine. Finally, spot of bad news. A British spy found out you're inoculating all your troops, so the British now know you have very few able-bodied soldiers. You are doomed.
Well, dude, I didn't need for you to dogpile on me like that. I just thought it was like a moral question.
That was a choice that you made.
I guess he's right.
Jermaine, what did you put?
Are you gonna make me feel like shit?
You dumped on me in front of the entire class.
Let's just find out. You put on.
Yeah.
Where you go? What are you hopping on? So you have chosen to not inoculate your troops.
Yeah, it just felt right.
Well, congrats. You've chosen to fight a war on two fronts. Outside your skin against the British.
What's the answer?
And inside your skin against smallpox. Yeah. As every general in history will tell you, if you ever time travel to talk to them, that's a losing strategy. Plus, the one enemy is invisible and brutally contagious. You are also doomed.
Well, it doesn't seem like there was a right answer here.
I thought we were doing like multiple choice and stuff at first. I didn't think we were going to get judged for like our, moral compass.
We're just having fun here.
You were having fun.
One of us
were you not having fun?
You were yelling at it.
Yeah, were you having fun? I wasn't having fun.
I didn't mean to make you guys cry.
Now
I'm sad because I like to make sure that my students are having a fun time.
But we get it. You're under a lot of pressure, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I am under a lot of pressure. I'm trying to make learning fun. I don't know where I come from. I don't have a family.
Okay, just take it easy. All right, don't beat yourself.
Washington was really boned, my dudes. He wanted to inoculate his troops as he himself had endured smallpox during a trip to Barbados when he was 19. But the threat of variolation starting an outbreak amongst the troops was too serious to risk. The logistics were also an issue. Colonial troops were all over the place and constantly on the move. Not the easiest group to establish an inoculation and quarantine protocol.
Yeah, it wasn't.
There was also the possibility of the British attacking while his men were recovering. Washington waffled for months, basically trying to keep the British and smallpox confined to Boston. Lucky for Georgie, that strategy somehow worked. By March, the siege of Boston had succeeded, and the British bailed. Washington retook the city with 1,000 men who had either already had smallpox or had been inoculated. Still, the vast majority of his soldiers were very susceptible to smallpox. One battle was won, but there were still many to come, like in Canada. Canada? Oh, twist! That's right, Canada! When I said Canada, were you like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I did nail it then.
Canada's
now,
always
fearing
involved.
the British might attack from the north, in August 1775, the Continental Congress sent troops to take strategic positions and maybe even try to convince Canada to join the revolution. As evidenced by the fact that we don't have a bunch of states up there, the American army wasn't really ever able to accomplish much in Canada, and a big reason for that was smallpox. Okay, guys, get a load of this situation in Canada because it sucks. Now, it really does. A vicious and lethal cycle had started amongst the colonial soldiers in Canada. Fearing smallpox, soldiers tried to self-inoculate, even though it was banned. These self-inoculated troops were very contagious and unable to quarantine, since that'd mean admitting they'd done the banned thing, which in turn made the smallpox outbreak even worse. But with smallpox getting worse, more soldiers were incentivized to self-inoculate, which meant the disease spread even more. Oh, brutal. Well, as Dr. Jonathan Potts described at the time, quote, "We have at present upwards of 1,000 sick and crowded into sheds and laboring under the various and cruel disorders of dysenteries, bilious putrid fevers, and the effects of confluent smallpox." End quote. So they literally just had sheds full of people shitting and vomiting and dying.
Oh, man, recently I shared an Airbnb with 7 people, and there was only one bathroom in that.
Oof. So you've been there.
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
And we were eating barbecue.
One time I went to Otakon in Baltimore, and there were 9 of us in one hotel room with one bathroom, no fridge, and no microwave. You best believe your girl made ramen in a coffee pot.
Oh, boy.
So
perfectly tasteful to compare those two things.
I wouldn't call anything that happened there tasty.
In April 1776, the Continental Congress sent Major General John Thomas to command the troops in Canada. General Thomas was, along with being an accomplished military commander, a medical doctor. If anyone could balance military tactics with biological know-how, it was him. One of his first decisions to combat the situation was to be a role model for his troops. Though officials urged General Thomas to get inoculated, he refused. If his troops weren't allowed to get inoculated, then neither would he.
I feel like there's something gonna happen and it's gonna go back to shit.
Well, let's see. What happened? A, he instituted strict quarantine procedures, eventually getting a handle on the disease.
Wait,
B,
we didn't get to
he
answer the
foresaw
last
another
question.
smallpox wave and
Wait, we didn't get to answer the last question, because this is the answer to the last question. Oh, that's wrong. I'm going to hit choose outcome yes. I feel betrayed. I am aghast. There's the new prediction.
evacuated the troops, saving thousands. Or C, he got smallpox and died basically immediately. Jermaine, I'm...
Oh, fuck. I'm really bad at this.
Or C, he got smallpox and died basically immediately. Jermaine, I'm seeing you adding some little flourishes there, and I don't even know what they are, but I think I'm gonna like it. Oh, what's he doing? Those little snowflakes? I don't even know. Huh? Oh, he's still going.
I'm done.
Okay. Ryan, what do you got?
Okay, marked on site, eh?
Okay, hey. That's a C, eh?
That's a C.
Not A or B, eh?
No, no C, eh?
Jermaine?
Yeah.
He's...
Oh, wait, I don't want him to give the answer. Hold on. Vote. It's not closed. Okay. Now I can choose. It was it's a setup.
He died. There's no other way I saw that ending. That dude died.
I'm sorry, Kenny.
I love that. And we got a couple sea dogs. That's our favorite bit of the season. That's when
Our best bit of the show.
Bark, beef boy, bark.
Bark like a seal.
Bark.
Yes, okay, great. It's his favorite bit. Well, let's find out via the magic of theater. See you guys in a bit. Whoop.
Yeah.
He's a skeleton.
Canada. It smells like beavers.
Oh, General Thomas. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Smallpox is ravaging us troops, but Benedict Arnold's given the go-ahead to start inoculating.
Benedict Arnold? The betrayal guy?
The what? Yeah. I don't know. He's the commander of our forces in Quebec.
Okay, well, never mind. First order of business, inoculations are banned again. If the British attack, we'll be helpless while we recover. Everyone will just have to be tough, like me.
Well, yeah, okay, but...
He's dead.
He fucking died!
We win. General Thomas? Yeah, this guy's dead as hell. Hey, this guy's dead!
Yeah, that seemed par for the course, right?
It just, if you watch a lot of movies, man, that's how a lot of those folks, go out.
Yeah, so that went about as planned. Hey, points for both of you and a bonus jelly bean for Jermaine for drawing a wonderful little dead man.
I deserve that.
Yeah!
He deserved that.
A professor always notices.
What?
Okay, so
I do
actually,
pay
on
attention to
April
how well you
17th,
guys do.
1776, before Thomas had even arrived in Canada, Benedict Arnold, seeing how the troops were just going to self-inoculate anyways, finally and mercifully permitted variolation. The very next day, however, Thomas arrived and rebanned the practice. A month and a half later, Thomas was dead from smallpox.
Did he expect like that?
I love
ever
it.
happen to him? Like,
no, I think it's one of those cases where someone's, got a lot of hubris about how they won't catch and suffer from a disease, and then maybe they're denying it all the way up until the moment the light goes out of their eyes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Kicking the inoculation can down the road was simply not working. By now, the disease was even impacting recruitment. Fearing smallpox in the army camps, men refused to enlist, and those already there were flat out deserting. As John Adams wrote, "Our misfortunes in Canada are enough to melt a heart of stone. The smallpox is 10 times more terrible than Britons, Canadians, and Indians together." Not a politically correct man.
No, you said Indians.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He didn't throw anything else in there, like bees or something.
Wasps. And scary badgers in heat. By early 1777, Washington had finally seen enough. Writing to Congress on February 5th, the general conceded, "The smallpox has made such headway in every quarter that I find it impossible to keep it from spreading throughout the army in the natural way. I have therefore determined not only to inoculate all troops now here that have not had it, but shall order Dr. Shippen to inoculate the recruits as fast as they come into Philadelphia." So he's going for it.
Yeah, he's seen enough.
He's like, fuck it. We're giving them shots.
Good. He's gonna knock out the inoculations.
What's the doctor's name again?
Dr. Shippen.
Shippen?
Yeah.
Shippen.
I don't trust him. Something's gonna happen with Shippen.
Spoiler, he's dead. So that happened to him.
Oh, you mean time got him?
Yeah, time got him. As it will get us all.
Except you.
I'm never gonna die.
You shouldn't provoke stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I'll live forever. Fuck you. Washington overcame the logistical challenge of inoculating troops by having new recruits get pussed immediately and quarantined while their uniforms and equipment were readied. Now, the strategy took a while to pay dividends, but it eventually worked. In February 1778, a full 36% of soldiers were listed as ill. But by May 1781, the Army finally had control of the disease, with only the occasional mention of smallpox going forward. Spoiler alert, but America ended up winning the Revolutionary War. Yay! Something that likely would have been impossible had they not gotten a handle on smallpox.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
A perfect country.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Look at us now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really nailing it.
We've learned so much.
Oh, it's even worse now.
Now, though the end of the war was not the end of smallpox, it was only a short time after, in 1796, that a British physician named Edward Jenner invented the vaccine. Ooh! Where does the term for vaccine come from? A. Vacus, for empty. B. Vaca, for cow. Or C. Bacterium, for
Or bacterium. Okay, I know this one, so I'm not going to answer this at all. I am not going to answer this one. All right? I'm going to keep my adorable mouth shut for 30 seconds till this poll is up. Is the timer up? No, it's nowhere near up. I'll wait. It's fine. Under halfway. I don't want to.
bacterium. Once you guys are locked in, make unbroken eye contact with me. Okay, what's your answer? You can stop now.
C, bacterium.
Bacterium. And Jermaine. B, cow, with a question mark. Hooray, erase that question mark, Jermaine, because you get a jelly bean.
Yo, I got a jelly bean.
All right, that's good. That's good. I gotta give you that. I gotta give you that.
So wait. How? How is that even possible?
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible.
Cow? Well, let me tell you. Now, he was investigating a rural legend that milkmaids never got smallpox because of their exposure to the related but much milder cowpox.
All right, that makes okay. I knew the weirder one was the answer. I didn't know why, but that's fucking gross.
Dr. Jenner realized that the dangerous smallpox pus wasn't the only avenue to inoculation. His cowpox-based vaccine proved safer than variolation, and slowly, the world embraced it. In the centuries since, the definition of vaccine has expanded to include inoculations outside of cowpox, such as, for instance, the COVID vaccine. Today, we don't hear much about smallpox, and that's because, thankfully, it isn't around nearly as much.
Never mind.
Hey, since 1980, on average, how many cases of smallpox are diagnosed in a given year?
Oh no!
Probably
this
wrong.
is so inaccurate now. No.
Right before.
It'll be wrong in the wash.
Some more
13.
flourishes over there from Jermaine.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay. Ryan, what do you got?
24?
24. Jermaine?
12 poxies.
12 poxies.
12 poxies. Look at them
Hooray!
poxies.
Well, I'm going to give a point to Jermaine, but the answer is actually 0.
Wait, why would you ask that question?
The answer is 0. The big finale to this story is actually one of the greatest scientific achievements in human history. We have literally eradicated smallpox from...
Oh wait, I should say, is smallpox dead? Is smallpox back? Okay. As of 2024, Wikipedia. Yep. Okay. Just making sure.
From the world.
And it's all thanks to moopox.
All thanks to them beautiful, beautiful cows and their lovely eyelashes. They're so kissable, wouldn't you say?
I kind of got that after the end of the story, like, you know, that it was eradicated. And then when you asked the question, I felt like maybe I was wrong.
I feel like there might have been some stragglers, though, you know?
I thought so.
Yeah.
It's called a trick question.
12 boxes.
You should have followed your heart. Maybe that's the lesson here.
It is a good lesson. It is a good lesson. I should have followed my
Friends
fucking
we
heart.
made along the
God
way.
damn it, Professor. You're always so good.
Well, that concludes our history lesson. I'm going to go put our jelly bean scores into the complex
guys ready for the
victory
musical
algorithm
number?
to see who receives the coveted cup and the title of History Master. But while I do that, please enjoy this special performance from Scabs in a Walnut and Puss.
Man. Boop, boop. That's a crazy fucking story. And very timely. Oh, God.
I drink, and I know things.
Hey, Stormy.
Doodle would like you to drink something.
Something up in your head. Your ass is all clammy, spots popping up a freaky color of red. Catch yourself in the mirror, looking only slightly better than deer.
You vomit, brush your teeth, and then you vomit once more.
Oh, yes, you do.
Drain all of the fluid from your freshly sprouted source. Thermometer is telling you 104. My dude, you're on a way to rap-a-tap-a-tapping at that store.
You got the pox.
Oh, no, not sure how to best console you, but you got the variola and you'll probably die. But hey, on the bright side, you got a couple new friends who'll be with you to the end. Scabs and Puss, Scabs and Puss, Scabs and Puss.
People can go viral in a myriad of ways.
Unboxing vids,
getting kicked in the nuts,
tweeting shitty takes.
I bet you pick the one and leave it down in 7 to 17 days.
It's a reason for your lesions and excruciating pain.
You got the pox. Whoops, yeah you do.
And if you think you've had enough, then just wait till those blisters slough. I'm sure you'll probably die. But hey, on the bright side, you got a couple.
I'm horrified, honestly.
Until the end, count on us.
Scabs and Puss.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You are fucked.
And it sucks. And it sucks.
You are fucked.
And it sucks.
You are sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
You are sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Scabs and Puss.
It got real sensual at the end.
That was
like they went off the.
Oh,
God!
Wow! Wow, those two were oozing with talent, huh? Oh, hey, you guys are never gonna believe this.
What?
But according to this week's
Brian
complex
Vergara.
victory algorithm, our history master is Jermaine Fowler.
Put her here, buddy.
Oh shit!
Oh, wait, I dropped the joke.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
Yo.
Come, fetch your coveted cup, which you have so rightly earned.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Come get it.
Thank you very, very much.
Yes.
Hey, whose hand is this?
It's the devil.
Hey, Dev.
The devil.
We established that last time. It's a callback. Congrats. Jermaine, thank you so much for playing today. Ryan, thanks for trying. And for the rest of you, thanks for watching Puppet History, where the details are always a little fuzzy. We'll see you next time. And if you haven't yet, oh my God, please get vaccinated if you can. It's bonkers that a puppet has to tell you this. Bye, everybody. Whoop.
All right. Also, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Yes, that's right. I'm stepping out 20 minutes early. I know I'm a terrible employee. All right. So I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same crime. I have no idea what we're doing. I haven't looked at the news much, so I'm going to try to catch up. I know Trump's been like pitching a fit, but when isn't he? He's just like the cattiest drag queen ever. So I'll probably try to figure out what I want to cover for that. I did go over some of my conspiracy theories today, but I gotta get Blue together to get the rest of them. But I'm gonna raid into Tim. You guys are not gonna go anywhere until I raid out. Please. That was fun. I didn't really have the energy to stream for tonight, so thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Nope, wrong things. Totally wrong things. Raid. I think either Daisy or Tim's live. Daisy. Okay, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Bye. My fucking song. Sucks. Why isn't my song playing? I hate it here.